Still off. Hello, hello, hello. I turned the mic on. We're off to a good start on this TMNT Early Access Day. What's up this afternoon, everyone? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you, good to see you, good to see you. What's up, Agent Tassinger, Thornblood, Galaxy, Duelist, Variant, Vax, Owen One by. How is everyone doing today? Hopefully, everyone's having an amazing day. And I'm actually pretty excited. This Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set, I have very mixed feelings about it overall. There's some stuff I don't like. There's some really interesting build-arounds, though. And today is Early Access Day, so we're going to check out a bunch of interesting new themes from the set. And I think we're going to start off with Cool But Rude, because I think Cool But Rude might be the best standard card from the entire set, and I am very excited to try it out. Hey, what's up, Lucid? Suggy Clitiro, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big Soup Jeffrey, thank you. Good to see you, Luca, Johnny. Hello. What is up, Messi? So if you've never been to an early access stream before, a little different than a normal stream, over the next 3 hours, we're going to play as many of these new decks as possible. And we don't have quite as big of a list as we do some sets, because this is a small set, so there wasn't as many decks to build. But I still got a whole bunch of different decks. Some of them are pretty janky. Some of them might actually be kind of good. But we're going to find out. So that's the plan for the afternoon. Try out as many sweet new TMNT decks as possible. Yeah, Sneak I'm very excited for. I think Sneak is the most interesting mechanic from the set for sure. Lord Disease for the 10th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super review. Thank you. Yeah, I think robots have a chance. Like, if you look at robots, I'm not sure how to build them exactly, but thanks to the new cards, like, this thing's really good in a deck that cares about getting artifacts on the battlefield. Ravenous Robots gives you a young Pyromancer to make a whole bunch of artifact tokens to go along with Pinnacle Emissary, so it seems pretty easy to just flood the board with a bunch of, like, 1/1 artifacts, and then hopefully win with, like, Arabella or Chrome Dome or something. But the other way you could build this deck, and I'm not sure if this is better or not, but I'm also intrigued by Spirit Water Revival, because we can waterbend off of all the tokens to draw a bunch of cards, so I don't know, we're definitely going to give artifacts a try, because I think they're going to be interesting. Talial Elkisa, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super, thank you. Did you make a decision on your wildcard deck for the standard tournament? I hope you picked my idea. Not yet. So one thing we're talking about, we're trying to figure this out, but so far, the response to the bracket has been really good. People really seem to like it, and I really like doing it. Richard really likes doing it. So we've been talking, one idea that people keep throwing out there, and at first I was like, okay, this would just be way too much. There's no way we can actually do this, because it would just take forever. However, we're considering some sort of loser bracket type thing, so it might end up being that rather than the second wildcard matchup, what I think we might do is after we get to the end of the first round, let y'all vote on like 8 decks or something that lost in the first round, and then do a little mini bracket and have them like play in for the last slot in the round of 32. So we're still trying to figure out the details, but something like that's happening. So all this to say, I haven't figured out the wild cards yet, because we haven't really figured out if we might change things a little bit based on the feedback from everyone. So there might be like a little mini loser bracket at the end of round 1 to get back, because some really cool decks have lost so far, and if it's your favorite deck and it goes out early to variants or whatever, I kind of wanted to get another chance. So we're still figuring out the details, but I haven't forgot Stone Rain about the deck, because it is a sweet idea. So can't wait to see Vivi versus the deck in the finals. It's gonna be Academy, right? It's gotta be. If Academy does not make it to the Final Four, I don't even know if I know anything about Magic. Like, I feel like that Academy deck is so insane. And after playing the Academy deck, now I feel like it's even more insane. I'm also really looking forward to I've seen a bit pixeled. Also really looking forward to Grimjar. Broken Jar also seems very good. I think that era. And something else we're gonna do, I think, is do like some sort of stats episode, because I think it'll be really fun once we get down with the first round to look at like what eras made it. Like, I bet a bunch of Urza Saga era decks actually make it through from the late 90s. Is it like mostly stuff from the last few years? Are there any eras that just got crushed? Like maybe the mid 2000s, or like, you know, after Affinity up until like 2015 or something. Maybe that era, like those decks, maybe they aren't that strong in the grand scheme of things. So we're gonna do some sort of stats episode where we like look back on that kind of stuff. So I'm excited for it. I think it's pretty interesting. I have a question for you. I adore, with everything I have, a card called Glorious Protector. It's like a weird Resto Angel, right? It's like Resto Angel from Kaldheim with Fortell, I think, sort of. I want to make some sort of Siege Rhino combo with the deck, but it might not be a literal win the game combo, but so far ahead that you can't lose. I've tried to reanimate it. I've tried Spirited Companion style Blink. Nothing stuck. What should I do? All right, let's look at this card real quick, and then we're going to do our reminders and get into these decks. Glorious Protector. So it is from Kaldheim. Glorious Protector, 4 mana. When it enters, you can exile any number of non-angel creatures until it leaves the battlefield. Ooh. So, because it says non-angel, I don't know if you can loop it. So, like, if it didn't say non-angel, you could potentially loop 2 of them and get infinite ETBs. Is there a way? Okay, so if you have Glorious Protector, a Blink spell, a way to get the Blink spell back from your graveyard, some sort of Eternal Witness effect, then you could, like, blink the Glorious Protector, get back all your stuff, the Eternal Witness comes into play, it gets back the Blink spell, then you can use the Blink spell, like an Ephemerate or something, to blink the Glorious Protector. Maybe it wouldn't be fully infinite because you're out of mana eventually, but I feel like that is the direction I would try to go, is some sort of loop where you blink the Glorious Protector, it gets, when you release the cards from under it, it gets back a way to get the Blink spell back from the graveyard and do that again and again. That's probably what I would try to do if I was going to try to build that. World Champion Eddie! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. I mean, we could always use more doppelgangs. Congrats on your weight loss. I'm also down 67 pounds in the last year to 270, shooting for 250. Geomancer! That is amazing. Yeah, I mentioned this on Twitter today. I haven't talked about this yet, but because I didn't know if it was going to stick or not, but I made a New Year's resolution this year that I was going to eat healthier and try to lose some weight. So I cut out all sweets, no like chips, no junk food, trying to eat as little processed, like heavily processed food as possible, which not easy to eat zero processed food in the United States in 2026, but as much as possible. And so far I've lost 20 pounds in the last a little under 2 months. So I'm actually pretty happy about that, but that is amazing, Joe. That is very, very impressive. But anyway, let's do our reminders real quick. Replay YouTube. Between final the old streams, including this one in the future. Normal YouTube. Check out the bracket matches there. Against Odds just went up. Tons of stuff going up on the YouTubes. A reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. If you need some magical cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. Anyway, we're going to play a bunch of TMNT decks. If you'd like to see the decks, hey, what's up, Great Destroyer? I published an article. Yeah, I don't know how Phil does it. Phil's... How do you... I want to know what Phil's diet is, because it sounds like the best diet I've ever heard, where Phil somehow is on a diet, but his diet includes eating ice cream and pizza every day. How are you on a diet where you eat ice cream and pizza every day? That is mind-blowing to me, but... It sounds like the perfect diet. If you want to see the decks we're playing today, I published an article yesterday with all the brews that we're going to be playing. I've made some slight updates to some of them, not a ton, so I'll have to update the deck list eventually. But that's what we're working with. You can see them in the deck command. Emerabrit, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super, thank you. What's up, Reindeer? How are you? So anyway, here's what we're working with today. I'm going to show you the decks real quick. Actually, it'll probably be easier in the article, won't it? I'm going to show you the decks real quick. So if there's any that you really want to see, you can let me know. And then we're going to plow in and play as many of these as we can in the next 3-ish hours. So we have Esper Ninjas with the new ninjas from TMNT, Leonardo, Turncoat, Kanuchi, Leo and Dark Shredder. So basically, it's Esper Ninjas with Kaido to pump up all the ninjas, do a bunch of sneak shenanigans. Monogram Mutagen, build around Mutagen tokens. I'm intrigued by Mutagen Man Living Use. I feel like this card might actually be better than it looks at first glance, because you play this, you get a bunch of mutagens that you can crack for one to put a +1/+1 counter on something, but then it makes your artifact activations cost 1 less. So if you have Mutagen Man out, all of your artifacts, all of your mutagens are going to sack for free. So then you just make this huge, or put them on another creature, make it huge. Standard Affinity, one of the artifact decks. This one is an improvised arsenal deck. So the robots deck, I didn't play improvised arsenal. This deck I did because we have more flyers, and I feel like Improvised Arsenal works really well if you have stuff like Memory Guardian, because it works really well putting on an evasive creature. Clue Sack is a Super Shredder deck, Super Shredder, Moon Shadow, trying to set clues to make them big. Clue combo, this is probably the most against the odds of the decks that are here. Clue combo, so the idea here, I realized that if you have Mutagen Man, to make the activated abilities of artifact tokens cost 1 less to activate, and you have Forensic Agiteer, which says activated abilities of artifacts you control cost 1 less to activate, but it can't go below 1. If you have both of those, all of a sudden you can crack your clues for free. So we're playing a bunch of stuff that makes this clue. When we cast a artifact spell, we get a clue. When we cast a non-creature spell, we get a clue. We have Formidable Speaker to try to tutor up our big combo pieces. So we're basically trying to get both of those together and make a bunch of clues and crack a bunch of clues and then mill our opponent out with Scavenger's Tale or win with Popular Egotist. Naya Dinosaurs with this thing, this whatever, this is called Tracerian Commander. Golgari Mutants. I mean, we got Genova in Standard. Seems pretty good if you got a bunch of mutants kind of just ramping into like ridiculously janky but big mutants. Mono Red Monument. Leatherhead Boggles. Tried to take advantage of having Hexproof in Standard. Raphael Red trying to double strike people. I think that double strike sneak Raphael's like Embercleave in disguise almost, where if you just sneak this into play, people are kind of gonna just die. Demir Rats, Rat Tribal, Southwind Avatar combo, goes infinite with Bloodthirsty Conquer. Super Shredder Track, this is the non-clue version. This is just straight up like Sephiroth, Super Shredder, Moon Shadow, sack stuff, drain you, try to win the game. Leonardo Tribal is all the Leonardos, basically. Orzhov Sneak, non-ninja sneak deck, just a straight-up sneak deck. Robots, another artifact deck, but really built around the robot creature type. Almost every creature in the deck is a robot. Cookies, I'm intrigued by Courier of Combustibles, which 2 mana 1/2 when it enters, you can just tutor for a food into your hand. So this can find Ginger Brew, it can find Sir Ginger Meal Ender, it can find Tough Cookie, it can get a bunch of cards who are very disgusting and whose names I don't want to repeat, but all the pizza cards, you can get those too for removal or for pumping. Rakdos Monument, probably the deck we're going to start with because I think Kubla Root is broken. Sneaky Mill is also kind of janky. Sneaky Mill, the idea of this one is we're playing 1 million evasive 1-drops, right down to Dream Beavers of all things, but 1 million evasive 1-drops, because what we want to do is turn 1 evasive 1-drop, turn 2 Kitsune Technique, mill half your deck, turn 3 River Turn Monument, turn 4 activate River Turn Monument, mill the rest of your deck, win the game on turn 4. We also get to play Splinter's Technique to tutor up our combo pieces, down in Telos Technique to draw cards, and then the last deck, Soul Sisters, but really it's mill. Another Kitsune Technique deck, but this time with Space-Time Anomaly and a bunch of random life gain stuff. It looks like Soul Sisters, but actually we're trying to mill you out. It looks like a deck Krim would play, so those are the decks we're working with. Yeah, I mean, the TMNT set definitely has some super cool cards, for sure. The Rakdos discard deck looks most promising in TMNT. What do you think? That's the card I'm most excited for, and that's the deck we're going to start with. We're going to start with some Rakdos Monument action, because I think Cool But Brood might actually just be straight up busted. Like, I think that card might be so good. I think it might actually be very good. Let's see. How do we... Uh-oh, wait. Pick 2, Teenage Mutant... Someone asked about Limited. I'm not sure. I'm skeptical of... Is there no standard? Where's the standard early access? Oh, there it is. Early access standard. There we goes. There we goes. Oh my God. I don't know if I do another pizza. The last pizza stream, it was so bad. It's so bad. You've got draw 3, discard 3 Casey Jones in the monument list, right? I have a Monument Red Monument list where we have Casey Jones. I don't have it in Rakdos Monument though. Maybe we should. So we'll try the Mono Red version 2. I'm a little bit worried about the delayedness of the trigger. Like, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But we'll try both of them. We be skipping UB set review preview videos in the future. No, I've got a bunch of questions about this. So, no, the plan is not to skip previews for sets. The plan is to do daily spoilers like we usually do. This set, we just didn't really have spoiler season, right? Because everything leaked during pre-release for Lorwyn Eclipse, so they didn't do a preview season, so there were no, like, daily spoilers to talk about. It was just, like, the whole set dumped during Lorwyn Eclipse pre-release. So yes, that's what happened this time. But the plan is for future sets to do daily spoilers, UB or non-UB. So that's the current plan. Mine remaining with Clive seemed kind of cute. Yeah, I wanted to play Clive. It just felt... 6 mana is so much. It's just so much when everything kind of tops out at like 3 mana. I wasn't sure we could get to it, but it does seem very good in the deck. There is some spice. There's a card called Connect the Dots that just lets you discard your hand, essentially. All right, let's get down. Let's play this on black. Get down Iron Shield Elf. Hopefully we draw land. If we can draw land and get down Monument next turn, we are kind of in business. On the last thing, last on the Angel thing, I even tried to build a land-focused build of said deck with Aftermath Analyst, but then, ooh, it's a robot deck. All right. Opponent, doing artifact things. Opponent. No attacks. All right, how about a land? Okay, there's a land. So we can play the land. Oh, this is kind of painful. Play the Monument to Endurance. Now we can, let's see. Iron Shield Elf, discard Bloodghast. Draw a card. Iron Shield Elf. Do we actually want to drain? Maybe we don't even drain yet. Maybe we just wait. Yeah, I think we just wait. We're going to stay on defense. We're going to pass. Panthero! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big sub, thank you. I tried the deck with Aftermath Analyst, but then the deck got converted into Ralliant Scissors Stream deck. I've been trying this for a while, really trying to stick to Abzan, and there's no Ewit. Oh, it's for Pioneer. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to think about it, Mega Magic card. But like, wow, double Ravenous Robots. Okay, this might get scary kind of quick. Clockwork Percussionist. Yeah, that's a lot of robots. That's a lot of robots. Opponent. Getting in. Well, we will discard Flamewake Phoenix, draw a card. I'm actually not sure we can win from here. Discard Restless Fence. Drain you. Kill a Percussionist. But we dropped to 12? Our Moon Shadow's big, but not that big. Opponent finds an Improvised Arsenal. All right. Well, we're going to have to block that. Marauding Mako. How can we do this? Well, I mean, I guess we play double Monument and just hope that Monuments, like... So this blocks something... Maybe we can do it. So discard Iron Shield Elf, draw 2. I mean, double Monument, we need the Cool But Rude. That's what we're missing. If we can find a Cool But Rude, I think we can win. All right, we don't really need the Flail. We can discard the Flail. Drain you. Oh, do we attack? Oh, wait, now we gotta, do we actually have to do math? We're just short of winning with double Drain. This turn. I mean, we can win with double drain on our next turn. Can we attack here? So they can't play and equip this. If we attack, they have to block with 2 things. Or they die. So they block with 2 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we die. All right, so I think we just gotta... Oh, I'm so dumb. We could have won right there. Oh, I forgot about the Flame Wake. We had a Flame Wake in the graveyard. Oh, we actually did just have the win. I mean, I think we will still have the win, but we could have had the win right there if I was not an idiot. Because what we could have done, we could have discarded the Mako to make a treasure. Use the treasure to get back the Flame Wake, hit for 2 in the air, and then discard, drain for 6 on the upkeep would have been Xaxes. Yeah, that I just forgot the Flamewake Phoenix was there. That is a punt. That's a punt. That's on me. Unless they have Into the Floodmaw, I think they need land like Bounce Moon Shadow. All right, land tapped. I mean, we're just good though, right? Like if they can't kill us here, and I don't think they can kill us here. Opponent gonna equip it up on the percussion. I mean, Cranial Plating's back in standard. It might be golf clubs now, but it is back. Opponent gonna swing with everything. So we'll just block the Percussionist. But I mean, this should be game, right? We got double monuments. Found it. Everybody punts sometimes. Let's draw a couple cards. Good game, friend. And then we will discard a flail, double drain, and that should do it. That should do it. The monument. I will say the robots look pretty impressive, though. The robots look pretty good there. I mean, we could kill them last turn, but drain ya. Well, we didn't draw cool but rude, but the deck looked good. Oh, we have to click resolve. Sorry, opponent. You're not an idiot, you're dumb. There's a difference. Wait, what's the difference? What is the difference? It's honestly refreshing not to have a typical spoiler season with daily videos for the set release. There's so many sets a year now that I'm gone from being excited about new card spoilers to being exhausted by them. Tell me about it, Luke and Johnny. I mean, I love new cards, so I still get very excited by them. But it also gets a little bit exhausting. There's definitely times when, like, this was... TMNT came so close to Lorwyn Eclipse, where the set's like 5 weeks away. If we had it in a normal spoiler season, I think I would have still been wanting to do Lorwyn, honestly. Although, I'm curious. Richard brought this up on the podcast. Do you think that Lorwyn Eclipse Limited is actually good? Oh my god, double cool but rude. Okay, we finally... Oh, man. Imagine how cool this card would be if it didn't involve throwing a pizza. Who uses pizza as a weapon? I mean, honestly, I guess y'all kind of use pizza as a weapon against me when you made me eat those anchovies, so maybe it is a weapon. Old Gregorus, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Thank you. Winner of the most recent Timeless tournament, Mono Green Lands. I have not seen that deck list. Oh, I have. I've played against something that looks like this, yeah. Weary's Own Guard, that card, my goodness. That card is very obnoxious. Well, all right, let's get down the Moon Shadow. Go. Next turn, we can start chucking pizzas. Mechizom. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. What is this? What is happening? Oh, can't be. It's got to be some sort of ninja deck. It's got to be some sort of ninja deck. Well, we are going. How do we do this now? So we have the Moon Shadow. We could play the Elf. Like, here's why I'm so excited about this deck. Like, Cool but Rude leveled up is just so much damage. Can we just play this like a combo deck? So we're gonna pay 2 life. And we're going to just play Cool but Rude. And we're going to get in for 1 because of Menace. Discard the Blood Crypt. Grow the Moon Shadow. Draw an Inti. Hit you down to 17. All right, no Kaidos. No Kaidos. Please, no Kaidos. I think they're just playing it because it's unblockable. I think they're just literally just playing this to sneak things into play. That is my guess. Oh, thank you, opponent. You're growing our Moon Shadow. What a friendly fellow. Well, I mean, we're going to level up this Cool but Rude. That is kind of the whole point here. Level it up, get it and hit you. Discard one of these Inties. Oh my god, we can discard our hand. Drain ya. Grow. Oh my god, Cool but Rude. Cool but it's happening. I don't even know if we want to play that. I think we just wait. And try to just straight up kill our opponent next turn and pound it. You need something. The Kaido's not going to do. Untap land down to 9. Oh, wait, we just win by... Okay. This Moon Shadow about to get big. And opponent, Cool but Rude too good. Oh, they were just dead. They were just dead that turn, right? Like, all we need to do is untap. We have 6 cards in hand. Play the Elf or the Flail. Discard them all. Game over. That's like a 10 damage burn spell. And it was looting along the way. This card might actually be very good. If there is one card from the set I think can, like... I don't want to say create a new deck, because it probably looks a lot like Rakdos Monument, but is going to make its own archetype. I think Cool but Rude might be the card. Is pizza a sandwich? I mean, if you're from New York, it is, right? If you're from New York, you know that the proper way to eat pizza is to fold it in half, right? You fold it in half so you can eat it while you're walking around. So I think that would make it qualify as a sandwich. I'm pretty sure. If you fold it over, though, what's the difference between it and a sandwich? I'm just saying. I think the same is true of a hot dog. Like, a hot dog's not a sandwich, but if you took a hot dog and folded it in half and then ate it, then I think it would count as a sandwich. Pizza is a type of sushi. I hate that I can't refute this. Hey, New Yorkers, they know their pizza. They know their pizza. A calzone is a pizza. El calzone is best pizza. So pizza's 100% a sandwich. Calzones are pretty good. I worked at a pizzeria at one point. I used to be good at making pizzas. Pizza sandwich should be a calzone. Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah. No, if you unfold the hot dog, then it is no longer. What was? Is an unfolded hot dog a pizza? Oh, you got me on that one. Chicago pizza. Wait, what is Chicago style pizza? Is it the super thick? No, that's Detroit style, right? Detroit's the like. I actually find it very interesting. I didn't know if you know Detroit style pizza with like kind of the like thick crust and it's got like the pan style pizza. I didn't realize that started because they cooked it in some sort of car part. It was something they used to make cars, and because it was Detroit and that was like the car capital of the world, they used some part from the car that they would cook the pizzas in, and that's how it ended up being like the crust the way it is. Kind of an interesting fact. Oh, Chicago's deep dish. Okay, wait, LA has a pizza style? Oh, LA. When I think of LA pizza, I think of like cauliflowers and things that I think of pizza that I don't want to eat. No offense to all my LA friends, but when I think of California pizza as a New Yorker, I'm like, those people have no idea how to make pizza. I love you Californians, but you don't know how to make pizza. What do we do now? I guess we just into. LA pizza is just New York style, but with worse dough and toppings. That's because they have the flyman from New York. Oh, opponent. Oh, opponent's also doing monument shenanigans. Can we draw land? No. We cannot. Well, in that case, how do we do this? So we level up cool but rude. We get in with NT. We discard the flame wake. Can we hit a land? Please. Please, magic gods. Please. Okay, we hit a land. That's big. We can loot away a Tursa. Burn, you draw a card. Ooh, there goes our elf. Hit you to 12. Wait, can we win? We can't win here, right? We can't win. Man, actually, we're actually not that. We could play this and burn our opponent for 8 down to discard our hand, burn him for 8 down to 4. Cool Barood's insane. Cool Barood is actually, if it has pineapple on it, it doesn't count as a pizza. I know that. An unfolded hot dog may count as a pizza, but once you put pineapple on it, it no longer counts. Folded, unfolded, does it? Hot dog, folded, doesn't matter. Found it. Getting in or not. Ooh, opponent plays a flame wake and passes. Okay, can we make you die? Can we make you die this turn? Probably. So if we play this, we play Tursa, we discard the flail, we discard, oh, actually no, we discard the monument, we discard the starting town, we draw 2 cards, we burn you a bunch, we can play this on black, we can play a flail, we can discard a card, equip it to the Moonship. Wow, this deck might be insane. This deck might... Cool but Maraude might actually just be busted. Like, it might actually... I thought it was going to be good, but this feels even better than I was expecting it to feel, honestly. Like, this feels kind of ridiculous. And now we go to combat. We don't have mana to get back the Flame Wake. Doesn't matter. We attack. We discard the last card to Inti to trample up the Moon Shadow, burn you at a 1, and oh my goodness. This card might actually just be costed too cheaply. It might actually, the fact that you can level it up to level 2 for just 2 mana, like we're pretty consistently just winning on, It might just be better Monument. It might actually just be better Monument. It's a Monument that deals more damage, at least. At least it deals more damage. And opponent, trying to figure out how to block. Not going to work. We have Trample, we have Menace, and... Dead. Should have cool, but rude. Yeah, the mono green lands deck is sweet. It's basically a strip mine deck. Like I've played against this deck before, and it is very good at strip mine locking you. That's kind of its whole gimmick. And once they have Ice Till going with strip mine, it's so brutal. Yeah, I mean, this card might actually live up to its name. It might be cool but rude. Okay, well, I mean, I guess we're going to play this one until we lose, and then we'll switch to something else, but I'm pretty confident already that Cool But Rude is good. Like, it has not taken many games for me to feel like that card is actually very, very good. I don't know. So some of the decks that play Monument, I don't know if they want it. Like, I think that Lessons probably can't really play it. Like, I don't know if they have enough creatures or enough ways to discard. Like, I think it's very good with, like, ways to discard your entire hand. But is it good enough with Artist Talent? Maybe. Maybe it's just... Do we actually see them drop Monument for Artist Talent? The problem with Lessons is you need all the lessons, right? So what do you cut? Can you cut Storm Chaser's Talent? I don't know if you can cut the lessons. Can't cut lands. Probably can't cut Grand. So I think it's literally like, do you replace Monument? I don't know if you can replace Monument. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Now we got a cool but rude. We will keep. I mean, it kind of works like a Grand too, right? You get the attack trigger. Opponent going to play a very unpretentious Spectral Sailor during their main phase. Well, we will just starting down and get down a Moonshot. Our opponent realized. Hey, at least you're not pretentious. Opponent gets in, hits us. You know what? We will get in and hit you. How about that? I feel like they're gonna counter this. Well, all right, whatever. Wow, they didn't counter it. I was hoping they'd use removal. We gave up a loot there, hoping they'd use removal on the Moonshadow. They did not. Opponent gets in, hits us. I mean, so Monument is very good for, like, oh, Splinter. Monument's very good at, like, the long game, grindy game plan. I mean, I think we just Monument, right? We have to. So we can play this, we can play the Monument. We get in with the Moonshadow to loot. That'll trigger Monument to... draw and hit you to 50. I mean, they do have a Splinter. If they can start ninjaing here, it could go bad very quick. Like, they do have Ninja Panharmonicon going. They're gonna ninjutsu something. Oh, it's a... okay. Oh, it's just a Kaido. No, MTG Malone, so... I don't know MTG Malone's first name, but MTG Malone is a content creator, I believe from, I want to say Germany, somewhere in Europe. So it is not Post Malone. It's another Malone. Shallow State and Elvis Hugo, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. I feel like we need to get this up to 2. We need to get this to 2. So level up the cool but rude. Play the land. Oh, wait, do we just go all the way? Do we just risk it? We're gonna gamble. I mean, Richard was convinced this was the broken. Let's do it. Let's go level 3. Cool but rude. Find us a... Oh, so here's the question. Do we want a way to discard our hand? Or do we want more... it's got to be a way to discard our hand, right? So I think we just take Iron Shield Elf. Please. Well, It is a gamble. It is a gamble. It is living up to its name as a gamble. It is doing the thing that gamble does. In that case, we're like 17% or something to discard the thing we tutored for with 6 cards in hand. So mathematically, hey, now that is the rude part of the deck. I mean, yeah, now we just need an unearth and we're good. Opponent level, we might be dead here actually. Without the ability to discard our hand, I'm not sure that we can win. I'm not sure that we can win next turn. Maybe the Terse is enough? Yeah, that was unfortunate. I mean, we can Terse into Cycle Mako? That might actually still be enough. Like, if our opponent doesn't have a counter, if they have a counter, we're dead. If they have a counter, we're dead. If they don't have a counter... Oh my god, another cool but rude. If they don't have a counter... Yeah, I mean... So, I mean, we're gonna shock. Untapped, on black. Tersa. Oh, they have a counter? No. Oh, wait. Discard. Okay. Drain you. Make a... Yeah, let's just draw. Drain you, draw. Burn you. Go to combat. Get back a Flame Wake. Because we need the trigger. Attack. Oh my god, are we going to win this? Because we can discard. We can make the treasure. Oh my goodness. We discard, we make the treasure. That burns them down to 1. And then we can cycle the Mako to get in the last points of damage. And we don't even need the attacks. And cool but rude. The card fetcher bot has been broken for months. I don't have permission to change anything about it, but I don't know offhand what it would be. I'll have to look into it. I didn't even realize. I knew the Untapped was having issues. I didn't realize the card fetcher bot was having issues. Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, Joe, the land stack, it looks super sweet. The strip mine deck it's super cool. I've seen it in action before, and it's very good at strip mine locking people. It'd be a fun deck to play. I mean, so far so good with this deck. The fetcher bot only gets the first line of a card. Like, let's show it. Huh. Yeah, that's very awkward. Is Cool but Rude the new VV? I don't think it's gonna break standard. I don't think. Like, I think it's very good. I think it's very standard playable. I don't think it's gonna be like a, I'm 40% of the meta, you gotta ban me card, hopefully. But I do think it's a huge boost to power for stuff like Rakdos Monument. It's just so incredibly good. Do we just Inti? Do we want to discard? Actually, let's just play the elf. I don't know what our opponent's ramping into, but I'm a little nervous about that. Get an edge about it. Down to 19. Ooh, any tips for Super Shredder Brawl deck? I mean, the most obvious way to go is some sort of Aristocrat sack deck. Just to try to grow Super Shredder and then just, smap Voltron, kill your opponent, essentially. His discard mana has ever been tier 1 in Standard. In 2001? 2? I don't know, it's coming up in the bracket, but 25 years ago, Simic Madness was one of the best Standard. Is this a Doppelgang deck? I don't see blue mana, though. So a long time ago, but yes, there was a time, many years ago, but there was a time when it was a real deck in Standard. Not a long time, though. Well, I mean, I guess we just do Tersa things. Play the Tersa. Oh, I mean, we get to get in for some damage here if our opponent can't kill us this turn. I mean, for not having the monument or a cool Barood, we're kind of doing it. Yeah, this was back when, like, Arrogant Worm, there was Basking Root Walla, which you could discard and just Madness for free. Arrogant Worm was above the curve, so yeah, it was... Rakdos Madness has never been a real thing. Yeah, it is a pre-modern deck now. So the other way to go with Super Shredder and Brawl, I would say, is... Alright, how do we want to do this? So I think we... Oh, but then it's tapped. So we play Inti? I think we just I think we just play Inti and just swing. Like, our opponent did all the ramping, but didn't find a finisher. We also get a hasty blood. Wow, this deck is just killing people. Get in with everything. An opponent. Dead, dead, dead. I was actually going to ask you guys. So, I mentioned earlier, so far the bracket's done very well. It's done so well, in fact. We're talking about trying to do some more paper magic stuff. I'm curious what you'd like to see. Is there anything you'd really like to see with me and Richard or me and the rest of the crew? But we're talking, so current thinking is probably don't want to have 2 brackets going at once. Just because of confusion. So I don't really want to do another bracket. We thought about, we could do like a modern bracket or a pauper bracket or something. But I think having like 2 days a week being a different bracket would just be a little confusing for people. So I think it wants to not be I think it wants to not be a bracket. It could just be random fun stuff. Like we did the pre-modern game. It could be random, like, wacky stuff, like Commander Clash on occasion, where, like, I don't know, first to lose wins or something. We could try something like that 1v1, some of that kind of stuff. Pauper would be a good one. Pauper's actually a good one. I'd like to do a modern bracket eventually. I think that would be cool. The only thing about modern is, I don't know how to do the modern bracket. Like, I feel like modern would be dominated by Modern Horizons era stuff, and I'm not sure how to solve that. I feel like the standard bracket, there's some really busted decks from back in the day. I don't know, maybe modern would be the same way. Thought about maybe like no ban list modern. No ban list modern would be fun. And that would shake things up a little bit. More game shows like Family Feud, yeah. We'll definitely do more of those. We've talked about doing Jeopardy, but we haven't figured out Jeopardy yet. I saw someone, I don't know how to port this to Magic, but it randomly came in my recommends. It was some like sports YouTube channel, like NBA YouTube channel, but they were doing whatever the game is where they have all the cases and you pick a number on the case. I don't know. I don't know my game shows well enough apparently, but that one, I was like, I wonder if there's a way we could do that in Magic. I think those are my favorites. I think Academy and Jar are the 2 of my personal picks to go far in the bracket. I think it's possible a deck like Monstrous Rage Red actually beats them. I think that like the modern era aggro decks might actually just be fast enough to race the old combo decks, which I don't know what I would think. Like if it turns out that Monstrous Rage Red ends up being the literal most broken standard deck in the history of Magic, that would be unexpected. Well, let's get in with... Oh, man, this is not good. I don't think we beat this turn 2 Anam Pikal. Well, we'll discard. We'll grow the Shark hit ya. I mean, we're gonna have to just combo kill, I guess, since they're gonna have a million tokens. Opponent, the ooze. Okay, oh, that eats our blood gas. That's unfortunate. What is Planner Standard? I saw a post on Reddit about it, but I didn't actually read it. Opponent gets in, hits us. We draw land. Ay, 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 ay. How do we not die here? I don't know if that's possible. Okay, so if we have any chance, we need to level up Cool But Rude. Play the Marauding Mako. Get in with the Mako. Loot away the land. Grow it, burn ya. I think we're gonna be just, well, man, this is actually... Cool But Rude's so insane. Wait, do we die? Cool But Rude is so insane that we might actually beat this ridiculously absurd draw from our opponent on the play. Like, this is an insane draw. Wait, we can take this, right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Huh. Do we need to be able to shock here is the question. So if we play Elf, oh, they have too many blockers. We play Elf, we discard Flame Wakes, that's 2. Does this attacker do anything? Oh, and this has reach. Ugh. All right. We're gonna take it. We're gonna take it. Donna passes. We draw another cool but root. Man, if we had one more turn. If we had one more turn to get this down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, wait. Oh. Okay. Let's think about this. So if we level up Cool But Rude to Gamble. Oh, we're literally one card short, right? So we level up this to Gamble. We get the Flail. Then we have to play the Flail. We discard our hand. Our opponent double chumps and survives. Yeah, we're discarding the untapped land anyway. But yeah, we should have just blocked a 1/1. But we're going to be discarding it anyway. I think we're... is there another line here? Is there another line here? I'm seeing 1 damage short. Let's just... I think this is our best line. All right, let's Cool But Rude. Gamble mode. If we get gambled again, then... then I'm not sure what to say. So, Cool But Rude, level 3. So we're going to take a Bloodthorn Flail. Oh my... No! No! Twice in a row! Is this thing bugged? I mean, we would have been 1 damage short anyway. Wait. Yeah, we would have been 1 damage short anyway. We would have played the Flail, discarded, hit our opponent to 1, and then they jump blocked and win. So it wouldn't have mattered. Oh, yeah, we get to loot on attack. You're right. It did matter. It did matter. We would have won with the loot on attack. Oh my god, it did matter. I was thinking it didn't really matter. Oh no, you're right. If we got to keep the Flail, we play it, we equip it, we discard everything except 1 card, then we go and we loot on attack to get 1 more loot out of it. We would have had it. Oh, we got gambled in standard. Oh no. Oh, and 1 bye, what's up? Oh man. I don't think wait, did we lose to a punt? Is the punt the gamble, or did I actually do something wrong? I mean, we definitely got by the gamble, no doubt about that. Dan is something that I would love to do. The problem is, like you said, we got to do it at a con or something. The two that I really, really want to do, I mean, I guess it was a punt to not block the 1/1, but that didn't affect the outcome of the game, I don't think. So yeah, Dan is one that I really want to do, but we got to do in person. Judge's Tower is the other one. Las Vegas, we spent, just like for fun, we spent so much time playing Judge's Tower, and everyone loved it. And I think it would be a super fun video. But that's another one that you have to have everyone in the same room, essentially. So maybe we'll get a chance to do some stuff at Vegas this year. We'll see. But yeah, Dan's super fun. Well, we're just gonna run stuff out. Actually, you know what? Let's see if we can win like an aggro deck. Discard this Flame Wag. Grow our stuff. Actually, do we just keep going? Wait, how insane is it to discard our hand here? So the reward is 2 damage. And probably not worth it. All right, get in here, Jet. Mount it. Down to 16. Ooh, Momir would be fun. I've heard of Jun. Oh my god, that's cool but rude. I've heard of Jun. I haven't actually played it though, but I've heard of it. Well, all right, we're gonna go to combat. We're gonna get back this Flame Lake Phoenix. We're gonna smack you. We're gonna loot away this land. Find a Bloodghast. Grow the dorks. An opponent down to. Honestly, this might be a real deck. This might be a real deck. I mean, I know Rakdos Monument was already kind of a real deck, but I think Cool But Rude. An opponent managed to draw some cards before they die. I can respect that. And then we will kill you. You know what? We won't even loot. Turns out we're a little too quick for that. I need to see what the Ornithopter Dandan is, since it's one of my favorite all-time cards. All right, I mean, at this point, we're to our last match. Either we win this and we get the full 7 wins, or we lose this and we're going to move on to another deck. But I think we have found that this deck is actually very good. Yeah, it turns out the deck that plays a whole bunch of 1-drops beats the deck trying to play this 4-mana draw 3 in standard. I do think that card's good, but we're gonna try. Okay, so Winchester Moor. We're gonna try Mono Red Monument in a minute, and I think Mono Red Monument has some of those shenanigans because you don't have the black cards. So we're gonna try Mono Red Monument next because I think there's some cool tricks, and I want to see if it actually works in Mono Red. I feel like Cool But Rude is, I mean, it was my pick for best card, standard card in the set during spoiler season, and so far it's living up to the hype on early access day. I'm late into the food conversation from the start of the stream, but I made some delicious tacos for lunch. Ooh. Barbacoa beef, seasoned charred corn, queso fresco, and pickled red onion. I'm trying to resist a second round and save leftovers. That sounds very delicious. Oh, wait. They killed our Cool But Rude opponent. Opponent. Watch us lose to this life gain deck. Because they killed our Cool But Rude. Well, it probably makes more sense to do it this way. So play the Mako. Discard the Flame Wake. And then we can get back the Flame Wake. Hit ya. Down to 19. That was rude, but not very cool of you. Roburn Black. Found it. Plays. I don't know. What do you think of these planes? Actually, this is actually one of my least favorite treatments since they started doing all the special treatments. I randomly got, like, I don't know, a couple of packs of this in some random thing of Core Set 2021. And I thought they looked so bad in person. I don't know why I think those lads look so bad, but I do. Opponent with the Ajani's Pride Mayday. Let's... Actually, do we even want to discard? We can just attack, right? Man, I wish we had that Cool But Rude. Well, let's go to combat. Hit ya. If our opponent wants to trade their Pride Mate with the Shark, sure. Opponent's going to take it down to 15. Let's just pass. I recently moved from Louisiana back to England. I miss good old street tacos. I don't know if I would trust street tacos. Street food kind of scares me. I mean, I guess it depends on where you're getting it from, but... All right, let's just pay 3, kill the Pride Mate. What does this do? Equipped creature gets +1/+1, and as whenever the creature deals combat damage, untap it and you gain 2 life. Whenever a ninja enters, you can attach. Okay. Oh wait, are we getting snuck? Leonardo, Sewer Samurai. Okay. Ouch. That's actually very painful. Mm-hmm. And we draw another land, and I think that's gonna do it. That's unfortunate. Well, okay. So all we can really do, yeah, we've drawn. Our opponent dealing with the Cool But Rude, I think, is gonna beat us here. So we can discard 2 lands. Yeah, without any no monument, no Cool But Rude. That's all the reason I think this deck is. I really like the potential of it. Is Now you have redundancy with the monument effect, which we didn't have before. Well, in theory, this shark can trade with Leonardo. In practice, found at land. And what are we doing, opponent? Are we getting in? I will block it. We will block it. Wait, was there a good... Did I miss a good animation? How many of you are, like, hardcore Turtles fans? Like, does anyone here, like, so much... Are there hardcore Turtles fans? Like, you know, there were some really hardcore Final Fantasy fans, or even some pretty hardcore Avatar fans. Are there people that are that connected to Turtles? Or is Turtles more of just, like, a nostalgic thing that people remember from childhood? And like, oh, yeah, I remember watching that when I was a kid. Yeah, I think a lot of people like the Turtles growing up, for sure. See, I mean, I know who the Turtles are. If I was going to try to watch a Turtles show, what one would be worth watching? Bonnet, a Johnny's Bridemate. Bubblegummy for the 13th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Oh, there's a Pridemate. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Yeah, I feel like we can't win this game. It's just going to take a little while for us to lose. That Pridemate's probably going to speed it up. Opponent pass. Oh my god, we've run so many lands. Too many lands. I'll hit you with the flyer. Back down to 20. First, you must see Vince's clip about saving the wee turtles. Oh no, yeah, that's gonna do it. Sure. Yeah, we just. I mean, our opponent had the answer to the cool but rude, and then we just flooded out essentially. We've drawn what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's a lot of lands. That seam rip. I think we would have already won the game if it wasn't for that seam rip. Bound it, gonna get it in hand. We're just gonna die. No point in trying to not. One of the most recent animated movies. Okay, is Turtles... Let me ask it this way. Is Turtles still... Like, is it worth watching modern Turtles stuff? Or is it one of those IPs where it's like... The stuff from the 90s I kind of liked, or it was really good. But then, I don't know, like... I think of The Simpsons like this, where, like... I think the early seasons of The Simpsons are really good. And then they got really bad, and now I don't watch new episodes of The Simpsons anymore. We're going to call that good. I mean, this deck's good. Let's move on to another deck. But Rakdos Monument, I think, is easily going to be a very good deck. Let's try... I want to try Mono Red Monument. So Mono Red Monument's similar, but being Mono Red means we have Casey Jones, and we have some funny shenanigans. We have some funny shenanigans in this one. And then we'll move on to some sneaking, I think, next. Yeah, I think for me it's like season 11. Like they basically just start doing all these celebrity guest slots eventually, and I feel like that made the show way worse. It's when Maud dies. When Maud dies, it was all downhill. It was all downhill after Maud died. I mean, in defense of Simpsons, I can't think of... Can you think of any TV show? Maybe Doctor Who for some people. But can you think of any TV show in existence that you could do 35 seasons of or whatever and have it still be good and fresh 35 seasons in? I'm not sure if any IP can do that. I don't know if there's enough stories to tell about anything. I don't know if... Oh, man, we have Raphael's technique, cool but rude. I don't know if there's enough stories to tell about anything. See, I haven't watched One Piece. I knew someone would say Doctor Who. Doctor Who's not my thing, but I do know there's a lot of it. I feel like South Park got more hit and miss. I feel like it didn't go as downhill as The Simpsons did, but I feel like it still got not as good. Like, the early seasons I still think are better than more recent seasons. One Piece, I've never watched One Piece, but One Piece might actually be the answer. Well, I think we just cool but rude. So play the land, get down. I mean, we're trying to set up this Raphael's technique, I think. Get in with the Mako. I don't even think we loot here. We're just going to let it go. Hit you down to 19. So opponent's got to be some sort of, is it artifact deck, some sort of robot, oh, food deck. Opponent, steam vents untapped, and ravenous robots. Gets and hits us. Okay, so, well, step one, we need to play this. We need to level up Cool But Rude. We need to play another Mako. Get in, hit ya. Discard a Mako. Oh, okay. This is our secret tag. This is the secret tech of... Oh, Always Sunny I actually still enjoy. That is true. This is the secret tech of Mono Red Monument. Connecting the dots. 2-mana enchantment that no one remembers from Murders of Karlov Manor. Says, whenever a creature attacks, you can exile a card face down, then you pay to discard a hand, sack it, put all the cards exiled with it into its owner's hand. So essentially, it's one with nothing. It's 1 with nothing in standard, opponent getting in. Do we have to block this? Do we have to block it? I didn't remember this card until I started searching for stuff to build this deck. I forgot it existed, but I was looking. I wanted some way to discard my whole hand, and this is what I landed on. Man, we're gonna take it. We're gonna take it down to 13. Oh, there's a monument too. Well, go to combat, do some attacking. See if our opponent double blocks. We will discard a Inti, grow the Mako, draw an Inti. Opponent blocks. Oh. Is it worth it? It's got to be worth it. It's got to be worth it. It's got to be worth it. All right, we're going to pick up the unblock Mako. Yes, we would like to discard our hand, draw 7. This is going to give us 4 triggers. We're going to draw the Mako a bit. Burn ya to 3. Play the land. Torch the tower of the ravenous robots. Yes. Yes, we sneaked them. We sneaked them. Opponent land. And, I mean, we have another Raphael's technique in hand, too. Opponent Pinnacle Emissary. Going to try and make some artifacts. Grows the ginger brew. Can you kill us? Can you kill us? Can you get 13 artifacts on the battlefield? Dowsing device. Post Pinnacle Emissary. Haste it up. Flips it. Wow, maybe they can kill us. I was not expecting dowsing device, but that might actually... Oh, no, they can't activate it. Ginger brew. Wow. Wait, does this make us die? No way. All right, sure. Sure. I'm a big fan of the standard tournament you and written. That was... I don't think representative of how that matchup will normally play, but that was a sweet kill for our opponent. They had all the right cards. A big fan of the standard tournament you and Rich are doing. How do you decide who plays what? I've noticed you've been playing the more recent standard decks. I mean, the goal is for it to mostly be a mix of who plays the older deck. In large part, it's who wants to play a deck. If there's some deck that Richard really wants to play, I really want to play, we just let the other person do it. Otherwise, if no one really has a strong preference, then the goal is basically just to split it up. So we're roughly half of the time I'm playing the older deck and half the time he's playing the older deck. I think in the end, I'll probably end up playing more of the combo decks because I like playing combo decks, and Richard will probably end up playing more mid-range decks because he's kind of a mid-range player. But yeah, in general, we're just going to try to have it be roughly a mix, give or take. Let's just play a bunch of Makos. Prehistoric Pede. The Flip Ixalan lands are really good. What are they doing? So is this another ninja deck? It is a ninja. Bonus, starting down. I wonder if that's worth it. It's got to be a ninja deck, but if they attack with this, we can actually just block and, I mean, we're not going to let you sneak us. We're just going to kill it. Sure, block. Wow, an opponent going to get lost. All right. Well, in that case, I think we We would like a land. Let's do this. Let's crack the map, see if we can hit a land. No. We're going to have to mill the monument. And I don't really want to do this because I want to land, but I think we got to kill the prehistoric pet. Get in, hit ya. Down to 17. Got a text from my landlord confirming his daughter is moving out sometime in the next couple of months so I can lock in the apartment. Hey, congrats, Mega Magikarp. I think you're going to love it. It sounds like a sweet place. Bone it. More prehistoric pets. Oh, we cannot draw land to save our lives. Well, let's fear missing out. Discard the ante. Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, hit you to 14. Man, we are really bad at drawing lands. Ghost was Affinity was a sweet one. That Affinity deck. Wow, that Affinity deck's so good. Opponent, get in. Show us your sneak card, opponent. Let's see what you got. All right, Kitsune techniques. The opponent's going to try to do some milling. Now I see why they needed to get rid of those. Oh my god, it's a land. I think it's too late to matter. I think it's most likely too late to matter, but it is a land. Well, go attacking. Untap it. Hit ya. I'm betting they just have another Kitsune technique. Hit ya. All right, opponent. Let's see it. Let's see. You got another one? If you got another one, you got it. Come on, opponent. Come on. No. I mean, 2 mana mill half your opponent's deck is kind of wild. Did you draw 2 of them? If not, then I think we're fine. Because there's nothing else that's going to mill us out. If they drew 2 of them, then I guess they got it. Opponent. No way. No way. No. I mean, if we untap, we should be able to win. What do they have? A sneak free? All right, opponent just hits us to 19. Passes. I mean, go to combat, do some attacking. Gonna get lost the FOMO. Sure. Well, get in with the Grease Friends Goblin. And, I mean, this is risky, but Raphael's technique. Discard them all. We might be letting our opponent back into this. So we max out the monument, draw. Each opponent loses 3 life. Make a treasure. Draw a card. There's a cool but rude finally. Oh. So we don't have a way to discard. Okay, so we just gotta pass. We just gotta pass. We just gotta pass. We just gotta pass. We gotta kill this thing. And now hopefully our opponent cannot mill 14 cards somehow. Opponent untap. And couldn't you have attacked and played FOMO and burned them out? But how do you resist the allure of the wheel? How do you say no to that turtle there with the sword? I don't even know what is that weapon? I don't know the turtle's weapons. And I heard that like the magic one's not the same as the TV show ones or something. All right, opponent's at 2. I mean, can you stop a fear missing out from resolving? It appears the answer might be no. And opponent gonna consult the star charts, do a little digging. The wheel of lose. It's the best kind of wheel. It's a Jite. Wait, like Umazawa? No, really? That's a Jite. Okay. What do the other turtles fight with? And I guess we just drain you for 3. That seems like a wise choice. Well, opponent, almost. I have a deck kind of like that. We might have to try that one. Turtle Power, Snago. Turtle Power. How are you? Good to see you, Tago. A bow staff. Nunchucks. Oh, katana. Okay, katana's the other one. Wait, what is a katana? Is it a sword-like weapon or like a blunt basha-like weapon? Spent so many hours brewing this commander, I'm quite proud. Ooh, wow. Wow. That is some innovative deck building. I have to say, Chaos Factor Gaming, I've never come up with this deck. that is sweet. Do you think, are you interested in the new, what did I click? Are you interested in the new commander from TMNT? I feel like the new commander from TMNT is actually very good with rat colonies, since you can get them all back from the graveyard. Can you check out my new modern deck for locals? Ooh, Arclight Dredge. Ooh, that looks sweet. That looks super sweet. I love me some Creeping Chill. Creeping Chill is such a sweet card. That deck looks actually very sweet. Have you tested it much? I'd have to play some games with it, but it looks very interesting, and I can see it being pretty powerful. There may be pizzas. G Armachalino. There may be. Did I pronounce your name right? Accidentally? I might have accidentally pronounced your name right for the first time in many years. My apologies for that. There also wasn't Leonardo using straight swords. If katanas were curved, wait, katanas like the sleeves, right? Like the sleeves? Did they name their sleeves after TMNT swords? Opponent got the Dream Beavas. Well, I think we just... Yeah, I think we just play Inti. Let's get down the Inti, go from there. Wait, is it true? Is it true that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was intended to be a spoof on superheroes? Like, it was supposed to be just straight up a spoof, like a satire of superheroes. And it was supposed to be like one episode of a comic, and then it was so popular 40 years later or whatever, there's a million turtle things. Is that actually, it was supposed to be a Daredevil joke. Wow, that is actually kind of wild. Yeah, katanas, they're ultimate guard sleeves. I used to play with them all the time. They're actually pretty decent sleeves in my experience. All right, what do we do now? So we don't really want the connect the dots yet. Let's go Marauding Mako. Get down another Inti. These Dream Beavers, settle down, Beavers. Endless, yeah, they're, if you're a fan of feet, this is also a set for you. If you're a fan of pizza or feet, or turtles, I guess. I did have a turtle at one point. This was a long time ago. I had a pet turtle that lived in my bathtub. This is when I was in college. I found a turtle in the road. I was like, that's probably not good for a turtle to be in the road. So I saved the turtle from the road. I let it live in my bathtub. I fed it Doritos. Yeah, so you've heard this story. I must have told this story before. And then some hippies got mad and said you can't feed. You can't keep a turtle in your bathtub feeding it Doritos, and they freed it. That was the end of Shelly. I mean, I like to think that Shelly's living a good life in a lake somewhere, honestly, at this point. I don't know how long turtles live, but what do we do against all this stuff? Man, Casey Jones is so greedy. Yeah, see, this is where, like, Casey Jones... we're going to do it. We're going to do it. See, I'm not sure how good Casey Jones is. The problem with Casey Jones is almost exactly what we're seeing here. Playing with cards in your hand feels really bad. We have found a Cool But Rude, but what are the odds that this Cool But Rude is going to remain in our hand through our upkeep? Not very high. I feel like Casey Jones is really, really good. Is really, really good if you have no cards in hand. If you have cards in hand, though, then I'm not sure how good it is. We're gonna find out. But the way we've been going with random discards, I expect we're going to discard this Cool But Rude. I think our hand's going to end up being Connect the Dots, this thing, and a FOMO, probably. Hey, we got to keep the Cool But Rude. Okay. Oh, an Inti. Inti going to pop off. Okay, wait. Casey Jones. Why is this thing named Casey Jones? When I think of Casey Jones, I think of the Grateful Dead song. Every time I see this card, I hear why did they name this after a Grateful Dead song? Does anyone know? I mean, we're gonna play Cool But Rude, see what happens. Okay. I think they named it this because it would be cool if our opponent let it resolve, and rude if they counter it. Let's play the land. Let's level up Cool But Rude. Opponent gonna run out a Flood Pits Drowner. Gonna tap down something. Taps down the Mako. Well, I mean, let's... Do we get in with Casey Jones? I think we had to stay on defense for another turn, unfortunately. Casey Jones from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is named after the legendary 1900s American Railroad engineer. It's the same Casey Jones, then. Wait. So, man, what a life. Imagine that you were some train driver. You were some train driver in the 1800s. And now, 150 years later, you're part of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Grateful Dead's writing songs about you. I bet you, there's probably no way Casey Jones would have ever expected that. Driving his trains 100 years ago. When it deals combat damage, create a ninja. Then if you draw 5 or more ninjas, all right. Guess we got a block. Wait, is this unblockable? Oh, they sneaked it? Wait, why can I not block this? I'm so confused. Is this... What am I missing? Why can I not block this Leo and Dark Shredder? Alright, I mean, I think we're dead then. Oh, did they use Splinter's ability on it while we were talking about Casey Jones? That might be. Alright, so we get a 4. I don't think there's any way we actually can win from here. Alright, well, let's go to combat. Do some attacking. Get in there. Discard a Grease Wrench Goblin. Get some triggers. Grow the Inti. We hit a mountain. Discard a mountain. I mean, the ninjas look pretty good right now. Opponent. Blocks. This isn't enough. This is nowhere near enough. Nowhere near enough, but we'll do it. Raphael's technique. Is Splinter good? I figured this card was stone unplayable, but in standard. I love me some Panharmonicons, but it reminds me, what was the last one? Suoturo Yumazawa or whatever? It was another like 3-drop 2/4 that was like super cool if you did the ninja thing, but otherwise unplay. Man, you know what? You know what we needed? We needed enough mana to connect the dots, and we could have won. That's what we're missing. Yeah, Splinter was very impressive there. All right. One more, and we're gonna switch, and maybe we do some sneaking. We haven't tried sneaking yet. Saturo, no, it wasn't Saturo then. What's the 3-drop one? It was from Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. It was a 3-drop Demir ninja. I can't remember the name of it. I thought it was Saturo, but maybe Saturo's a 2-drop one. That's kind of like up the beanstalk. Y'all inspired me to randomize Commander again. I made an accident and randomize of all legends, so I decided to make a deck where you are legally required to win with Millennium Calendar. That is a hilarious idea. That's part of the fun of Commander, right? Is these deck building challenges, and I feel like Millennium Calendar is a good one. That is a good one. Looks like a pretty solid deck. It's always hard to gronk a full Commander deck, man. I will say the amount of lands you put in your deck's chaos factor really scares me. Seeing 32 lands there, I am so I think if you're mostly playing this in a play group where you have very loose mulligans and you're kind of just like, oh, we'll make sure everyone hits their land drops, then 32 might be okay. Otherwise, I would be very, very scared. I'd be very, very scared to run 32 lands. Unless there's a bunch of MDFCs in here that I'm not seeing that aren't counted, but other than that, it looks sweet. I mean, so far, Cool But Rude has been insane. And we're about to switch to non-Cool But Rude decks. Oh, they're both Saturos. Okay, maybe that's the confusion. We were all right. We were all correct. Well, let's get down this Indy. Get in with a Mako. Do we Indy trigger? Yeah, we get more damage. I think it's worth it. Let's do it. Grow the Mako. Hit ya. Get rid of that Torch the Tower down to 17. Oh my god. So this was so good. So, well, not good, but so Bear, I got these bones for Bear from a butcher shop down the road. I got these bones for Bear. They're actual just like chunks of animal, I guess, chunks of cow or something, like just like a hunk of cow bone, and they're like all natural and raw and just like gross and just like a hunk of animal. And he loves them. But there were two of them and they were frozen together, so I just gave him both of them. And he went out on the porch. I was like, okay, good. He's gonna go on the porch, he's gonna eat his bones. I didn't think anything else about it. So then last night I finished doing all my stuff. I'm getting ready for bed. I go into bed. I go to lay down, pull back the blanket. I was like, what is this wet, gross thing under me? He had taken the dog bone and apparently hid it. He climbed up on the bed and hid it. He hid it under the blankets, right where I sleep. So I had to like clean up this dog bone and throw it away and wash my hands and do all this stuff. So I finally do all that. I go back, lay down again. Oh, what is this under me? It was the second dog bone. He buried both of them separately in different parts of my bed under the blanket, and he got me twice. He got me twice in the same night. Opponents at 10. If opponents at 10, I think this means they die, right? Like, oh, but the Cool But Rude. Do they die? So we discard this. We discard this. We drain it for 3. We grow the Inti. Yeah, I mean, that's just game. Well, that was pretty easy. Classic Bear. Yeah, he just wanted to share him. Yeah, he loves hiding stuff. He's so concerned. The first day I got the bones, I gave him one, and he just took it and set it on the floor, and he is so concerned that CC is gonna come in. Gonna come and steal it from him. So he just set it in the middle of the floor, and Cece was down the hall in the other room, and he just stood in the doorway and he'd like look at the bone, and then he'd like peek his head around the corner and look at Cece, and then he did it for like 20 minutes straight, just standing in the doorway, like giving Cece the side eye, thinking she's gonna go after his gross bone. The Arclight Dredgeegg Goldfish is great. Lots of turn 3 wins. You should play it sometime in your free time. I'll have to try it, Patrick. It looks like something I'd enjoy. It does look fun. After seeing your standard Turbo Fog deck from last year, I mean a new BANT version to take to FNM. Ooh, I do love Turbo Fog. Riverturn Monument. Glacierwood Siege. Yes! Oh, that looks sweet. I played a Glacierwood Siege mill deck at one point, and Glacierwood Siege actually felt pretty good. That deck actually looks super fun. All right, after this game, we're gonna switch. What do y'all want to see next? Would you rather see artifacts or sneak? About it. Conduit pylons. A little bit of desert action. Well, I mean, we have double cool but rude. Get out of cool but rude. Get in with the Mako. Discard a mountain. Grow the Mako. Even just level 1 on this is not bad. Like, being able to get a free loot every turn is actually pretty solid. About it. Paramecia Colonix. No idea what that is. When it enters, you mill 3. When it dies, you can exile it. When you do, put a creature card from your graveyard on the... Oh, is this a Reanimator deck? All right. So if this is Reanimator, we're gonna need to like combo kill win, I think. So get in with the Mako, discard the mountain, grow the Mako, burn ya. Down to 13. Soulstone takes you where you go. I owned a dog before and my bed was off limits. Yeah, he usually sleeps at like the foot of the bed, so I've never had like a no bed rule, but I would prefer him not to hide his gross raw bones in the bed. Like, given the choice, I would prefer not to deal with that. Ton of passes. Well, okay. Play a land. Cool but rude. Level up, cool but rude. All right, opponent land. Are we going to reanimate Valgavoth? Oh, man, we can hit our opponent for 12? Zombifies the Valgavoth. How do we beat this? How do we do this? How do we do this? So we can't, so they're going to gain 9. That's the issue. So they're going to go to 21. We can gamble. So we gamble. For connecting the dots. No! It did it again! Wait, this might actually be bugged. This might actually be a bug. There's no way. Okay, someone math this out for me really quick. What are the odds that actually happens? Oh, the problem is we don't live 2 more turns, right? All right, Casey Jones. Driving that train. High on cocaine. Better watch your speed. Yeah, it was 6, 6, and 5, I believe. So, I mean, that's... Each of them is, like, between 15 and 20%, right? So, 15, 20%... it's got to be like 2% or something. Like, it's got to be pretty low to have that happen 3 times in a row. That's got to be so low. 1 in 180. Okay, that's not impossible. Oh, so even less than 2%. That's like point. Yeah. If we're gonna lose anyway, I'll just do it again for science, and we probably are gonna lose anyway now that they're 18. Overlord of the Bailmerk. So we're going to discard 3. So that's going to burn our opponent for 12. Wait, can we win this? Can we win this? We burn our opponent to 6. Okay. Okay, we just need this. Okay, here's what we do. We tutor up Tursa. We have 25% chance that we don't discard it. If we discard it, we lose the game. If we don't discard it, we win the game. It is as simple as that, I believe. Like, that is it. You know how wild it is we might be winning this? I mean, just attacking doesn't win, though, right? Oh, I guess we could. Yeah, but the science. Actually, you know what? Can we do everything? I think we can do everything. This is even better. So now we can do it and we can do the science. So cool route number 3. Level it up. Oh, science! Science. Science ruined. Oh, man. Do you think it's actually bugged? Is there any way it's actually bugged? There's no way. Well, all right, let's move on to something else. Let's move on to a different deck. We'll have to explore the possibility of that being bugged further. We're gonna move on and play a different deck. Maylice. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you. We could test it against Sparky. Wait, can we Sparky? Oh, no. Can we Sparky Early Access Day? I'm not sure we can actually Sparky Early Access Day. I mean, so current thinking is Rakdos Monument really good. I actually think Mono Red Monument is also very good. Cool but rude. I already thought it might be the best card in the set. Now I am convinced that it is the best card in the set. Well, no, it happened 3 times. I mean, maybe it was just unlucky, but it did happen every time we did it. We did it 3 times. And every time we did it, we discarded the card we tutored up. It is possible, like 0.5% of the time that will happen 3 times in a row. So it is possible we just got unlucky. But it is, if it just happened once, that's classic gamble. Twice, even that classic gamble. 3 times, every time that was a little bit weird. It could just be variance, though. It is very possible that it's just variance. But yeah, Kobarud is absolutely ridiculous. So what do you think is next, chat? What do you want to see? So here's what I'm thinking. Also, a quick reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. If you need any magical cards, some pizza cards, you can get them. Maybe a cool but rude over at cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. So what are you thinking? I really would like to try Artifacts, and I really would like to try Sneak. I don't know if either of those stand out. Cece, yeah, she's living her best life. If she comes this way, I'll snag her. It was probably worth. It was worth sitting there at his computer, clicking the discard to gamble button. People want to see them both. All right, let's start with Sneak. Let's try Orzhov. Orzhov has the most Sneak cards. Let's try Orzhov Sneak. So this is very, very, very Sneak heavy. It's essentially like in Orzhov Ninja's deck, we have a ton of Sneak cards. We have a bunch of one-ofs because a lot of them are legendary. But essentially, we're trying to play evasive stuff like Dream Beavers, Fairy Dream Theft, Momo. And then off of them, we can cheat Dark Leo and Shredder, Splinter, whatever this thing's name is, Oroku, Shredder technique for removal, Shark Shredder, Leonardo replay the graveyard, Leonardo technique for reanimation, the last Roto technique to make a 1/1. So basically, just like try to sneak in a bunch of stuff for value and see what happens. Jerex, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. And Ario SW for the 42nd month. How's the work going, Ario? Good to see you. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. I can't play Foot Ninjas around Tomer. I learned that during the last podcast. You gotta be careful. Gotta be careful with the Foot Ninjas if Tomer's around. So my current thinking is meaningfully worse than Avatar, but meaningfully better than Spider-Man. I think it's somewhere in between those two. I think this set is nowhere near as powerful as Avatar or Final Fantasy, but I do think it's more powerful than than Spider-Man. Yeah, sneak, so you have to do it during the declare block step. So you can't do the trick where you do it after damage is out like you can with ninjutsu. I mean, all right, we got a bunch of beavers. A bunch of dream. So what is a dream beaver, chat? This I don't know my TMNT. Oh, opponent Flutterwing nuisance. I don't know my TMNT lore. What is dream beaver? Well, let's run out a dream beavers and mill the realm will go. That one song. The set is solidly an archetype enabler category. There's a lot of visual cards, pairs of cards that really lean heavily into improving enabling specific archetypes. So opponent's definitely like an Esper ninja deck of some kind. Now let's play the land, and I think we just got a Deep Cavern Bat. Make sure our opponent's not going to sneak in something brutal. All right, we'll take the turncoat. And oh, they're gonna draw cards off Flitterwing. Well, I guess we just pass. Yeah, I guess we just pass. It is funny that we have oh, Dream Beaver. Oh. all right. I see where it was going. Do we just lose if they draw 3? I guess we block here. And make them do it? Do we double block? Nah. Yeah, let's just do that. Then they only get to draw 2, and we got through the Flitterwing. Dream Beaver. Found it. Gonna get a bunch of triggers, draw a bunch of cards. We draw a Fairy Dream Theft. Oh, maybe we just reset this? That might be smartest. Yeah, let's get in with the Deep Cavern Bat. Shredder's technique. Get rid of the... What? Oh, we're in such a bad spot. Yeah, I guess kill the Flitterwing. Pick up the Deep Cavern Bat. No, I built. These are all decks that I've built. Wizards doesn't provide. I mean, there might be some new player decks, I guess, in the client, but no, Wizards doesn't give decks for early access that I'm aware of. Huh, that's a lot of good cards. Well, I guess we have to just take the turncoat again. Yeah. Feeling pretty far behind in this one. Hey, what's up, Safe Fluff? How are you? Good to see you. They changed it. You used to have to use like a special account, but they changed it so now you just get like a token in your account for 24 hours that lets you access the cards. It is funny that they printed like Sneak and in Web, and we had Ninjutsu not that long ago, but they love those mechanics. Well, okay. This isn't great, but we need to kill the Cecil. We just haven't had anything to sneak into play. We hit all the cheap flyers. Ooh, Leonardo. Let's keep the Leonardo. I'm not sure it's even enough, but maybe. Leave it on top. Play the Godless Shrine. Pass the turd. But our opponent's got a Kaido going. I've been wanting to ask you, have you tried Affinity? Affinity's next. So we started with Cool But Rude. Now we're going to do some sneaking, and then we're going to try the Artifact decks next. I can imagine people, if you're used to playing with Ninjutsu, someone's going to try to do the Ninjutsu tricks of, like, doing it after first strike damage or whatever, or doing it, like, at the end of combat after damage. You know someone's going to try it, because they're going to play it like Ninjutsu. Do you see Wizard's big, weird, long post about changing Raphael's side to a Jide? Yeah. Yep. Yes, I did. I don't know why they felt the need to to make the posts the way they did. Like, if you want to change the weapon, just like do it. I don't know why they felt the need to do like the very long and like oddly worded. I don't even know what the point of, was it a defense of doing it, an explanation? Like, I didn't really understand what they were trying to do PR wise. Like, so I don't really care. I don't have any connection to the turtles, so what weapon they're using doesn't really matter to me. But I did think the article was kind of funny. Someone could probably dig it up. It was posted on one of the WotC sites. I saw it on Reddit. This was like maybe a week ago now. Back after around the start of spoiler season. Right now we're playing a sneak deck, but we're kind of, man, we're actually so close to winning here. Wait, can we win here? Wait, can we win here? Do we win here? Wait, does this deal a damage? Oh my god, 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 oh my god. Oh, it's Xaxes! That's Xaxes! That's Xaxes! Godless right untapped! The Dream Beavers are Leonardo! And I don't know how we won this. We won because of our opponent's mana. We didn't even attack our opponent. Godless Shrine, Multiversal Passage starting down. We were so far behind. So far behind that whole game. We had no, look at what we played. We played three 1/1 flyers, 4 1/1 flyers, and a single removal spell on the draw. I don't know how we won that game. It's the Dream Beavers. Jolly Nago, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big thank you. We have seen 0 feet so far, I think. I think people are saving them all for Tomer. I'm curious, Seth, what all do you guys do with the cards after openings? Do you keep them all for the crew to use in Commander Clash? Most of the stuff I get, I end up selling / trading to fund future openings. I snag a bit of stuff to use for Commander decks, but a lot of the stuff just gets shipped off to go to the next opening. It gets expensive. It gets expensive if you're not selling cards. I mean, I use Card Conduit for most of it. Just being able to just like put them in a box and send them off and then get a chunk of the money back is super convenient for stuff like that. I want to start doing more collection buys. I've been so frustrated. I keep trying to buy collections. Off of like the Goodwill website and eBay to get a collection buy to do for the opening channel. And I've had like 10 in a row that I bid like a bit over what I think they're worth. And then I ended up going at the last minute for a little bit more. So I've had like 10 over the last month that I was like, oh, that'll work. I think I do that for an opening video. And then, so I think I just gotta pay more. Can you do that with bulk as well? So yes, although it's not super valuable because if you send in a whole bunch of bulk, read their website because I'm going to say it wrong. But I think that basically if you send in a whole bunch of bulk, the way they do the charging is you end up getting charged for like by the card or something. So all the worthless cards you send in are going to knock down the value of your other stuff. But you could just send in a box full of bulk. But I wouldn't expect to get much money back from it because they're going to spend a lot of time sorting it. It works really well for like maybe semi-bulk cards, if that makes sense. Like a big pile of stuff that I know is like reasonable and not just like literal bulk commons that have no value, but stuff that's like, maybe some of it's worth stuff, some of it's not worth that much. I think we have to just kill the Ravenous Robots here. As much as I'd like to do sneaky stuff, I think Ravenous Robots is good enough. It's gotta die. Opponent getting in. Swinging past the Momo. Are you going to try to against the odds pizza draft? Wait, what are you envisioning, Bubba? Just draft all the pizza cards? I mean, I'm going to try some drafts at some point. I don't know how the draft format's going to be. I'm a little bit skeptical of... pick 2 formats, but Actually, is that even worth it? Maybe we just draw a card. Is that better? And let's Leo. Let's Leo and Dark Shredder. Pick up the Momo. Haha. Yes, I would like to scry to you. Mill the Momo, keep shoot the Sheriff. Hit you, make a ninja. And then let's just replay the Momo. Momo's actually a pretty good thing to pick up. Uncommon Momo is a pretty good one to pick up with your sneaky stuff. Yeah, read the website for the details. Opponent gonna kill the Leo and Dark Shredder. And get in with the Percussionist. Yup. Down to 14. Well, go to combat. Get in with the Momo. And Oroku Saki. Pick up the Momo. Do a little scrying. I don't even know if we need another Green Beavers. I think we go both bottom. Hit you, draw a card. Ooh, another Leo. Well, let's play the land, play the Momo. Play the Dream Beavers. Is TMNT going to be pick 2 only like Spider-Man? I believe so because of the set size. That's my... I don't know, unless they randomly put up a real cube, but I think this is supposed to be a pick 2 set. Did someone here... I heard someone say... I think it was in a video Prof made recently, but I heard someone saying that they thought that, like, The Hobbit and Star Trek were going to be small sets too. Did Wizards actually say that? Someone said that, like, they didn't actually say it, but they, like, implied it during their stream or something. So I'm kind of curious if that's a real thing. Like, do we actually know that those are going to be small sets? Now we get rid of the Surge Injure. Opponent revs up the Chainsaw. Plays a Mechanized Ninja Cavalry. So opponent's like mono red artifacts. Interesting. Interesting. Well, let's go to combat. Actually, let's just play this. I think this makes the most sense. Let's just play the Splinter. Go to combat. Get in with the Dream Beavers. Leo and Dark... I mean, Sneak is feeling pretty reasonable. Sneak in the Dark Shredder and Leo. Hit you, make a ninja. Dream Beavers actually seems pretty good here, too. Just being able to drain for 1 again and again. Gain a little life. Dream Beavers. Do we want a Hex? I don't even think we need it. To the bottom. Yeah, artifacts are coming up next. I'm excited to try artifacts. Hey, Seth, I got to play a bunch of pre-modern at SCGCon Milwaukee this past weekend. Went 14-5-3 over 3 days with Blue Red Phyrexian Devour combo, including losing in the finals on Friday to Sam Black. It's a super fun. The format's great. Hey, that's awesome, Ankylosaur. Yeah, I've had a lot of fun playing pre-modern. I need to play some more pre-modern. It's been a minute since we've done a pre-modern video, but it is about time we do some more pre-moderning. I mean, this Leonardo's technique's kind of decent. Yeah, let's get a little frisky. Let's get in there. Let's see what our opponent does. Big attack. What are we doing, artifacts? Dream Beavers might actually... At least it doesn't make you discard. But it is a very good thing to sneak. I think Wizards took the wrong lesson from Commander draft sets. 4-man pick 2 draft made sense there, since you had to work with color constraints and wanted 4 people anyway, but it's awful for 40 card limited. I still think pick 2 serves a purpose. Like, I think we just let this go. Sure. I think that pick 2, I feel like pick 2 serves a purpose, which is letting your commander pod draft. And I think that's actually like a cool idea. I think it is wrong, though, just, like, objectively at this point. I think it's just, like, objectively wrong to have that be the primary draft for a format, though. Like, I don't think you want that to be how people play in Arena, how they play in Magic Online, how they always play their LGS. I think you just want it to be, like, an additional option. Like, if it works well for you in your play group, then do it. Otherwise, forget about it. Honestly, I think the weirdest part of the last 5 years or so in Magic isn't Universes Beyond. It's not hearing Seth complain about Tron because he's not playing Modern. Oh, well, Mega Magikarp. We're recording the bracket, me and Richard, and for an upcoming match, and Richard was on Tooth and Nail from like Mirrodin Standard, and I didn't pay much attention to his deck list. I was just like, oh, Tooth and Nail, you're gonna ramp into Tooth and Nail, right? Oh, yeah, of course. So he was on Tooth and Nail. Turn one drops the Tron land. So don't worry, we're gonna get some Tron complaining coming up in the bracket shortly. It's coming. It's coming. It's back. I have not played Planner Standard. How is Planner Standard? So, actually, let me ask this first. What is Planner Standard? My assumption based on the name is that Planner Standard is standard, but your deck can only contain cards from a single plane. So, like, your deck has to be all Ravnica cards, or all Theros cards, or all Zendikar cards. Is that the basic idea? That's what it sounds like based on the name. Opponent does some blocking, revs up the chainsaw. Yeah, pass the turn. I mean, we're just slowly beating them down. Maybe me and Richard have been talking about doing some more paper games outside of the bracket. So maybe we try Planner Standard. Oh, without Universes Beyond. It's too... Actually, I've been thinking about this recently. Does it feel to you at all like Wizards is kind of like designing two standards? I was thinking about this with TMNT in like, oh man, Spider-Man. Okay, Spider-Man's still here. So like, it almost seems to me that we are on two kind of parallel tracks in standard. One is Universes Beyond and one is in-universe. And that there's a lot of synergy between Universes Beyond sets and a lot of synergy between in-universe sets, but not always as much cross synergy. Like, we know that the big, like, the most obvious example is like heroes and villains. We know they're going to be a big thing in the Marvel set. They looked weird in Spider-Man, but then when you go to Marvel superheroes, there's actual support for being heroes. Heroes do things, villains do things. So that's one example. But even like, we have the discard theme of Cool But Rude from TMNT. That's kind of supported by the discard theme in Spider-Man. Or we have like in Web, which was kind of like ninjutsu, which kind of synergizes with Sneak, since they're both about getting tap creatures back to your end. So I almost feel like there's two standards. So there's like UB standard and there's in-universe standard, but they're mashed together, but they don't always cross over all that much. But it almost feels mean like UB sets are designed to work with other UB sets and in-universe sets within universe sets. I just got into Magic with my buddies, running a Bike Commander deck. Hey, awesome, Turby God. How you been enjoying it so far? How are you liking it? Man, sometimes I wish I was worse at Magic. Now that I'm like great at Magic, but there's like, man, if I could go back to when I first started to play, I think it's so funny, but I think like this happens with Commander to some extent. I think of like the old days when I first started playing Commander. I was like, man, I had no idea what I was doing. I was running apocalypses and mass land destruction just because I thought it was funny. Like, I had no idea. I had no idea what I was doing, and it was so much fun. But then the more, like, it's still fun in another way as you get to know it more. But I wish there was a way you could go back to that, like, the innocence of just, like, experiencing all that for the first time again. Because, man, it's so good. It's so much fun. Yeah, the gameplay's so good. It is. I mean, I know I'm biased because I'm a Magic player, a Magic person, but for my money, it is the gameplay wise just like the best TCG. 1,000 people going for Planner Discard. So wait, explain this to me. So Planner Standard, it is literally just 2-year standard with no Universes Beyond sets. Is that... Ooh, all right, we have a Cool But Rude believer. Is that basically it? It's 2-year standard. So what would be legal in Planner Standard right now? Like what sets would be legal? Yeah, I got one more the Dream Theft. We can draw with it later. All right, pass the dirt. So we're at 5 sets right now. So that would mean that we're going back to what? Last year in the fall? So when it's complete, so I assume rotation's going to happen. Rotation's going to happen in the fall. Rotation's going to happen in the fall, and right now it's got to be Lorwyn Eclipsed, Tarkir Dragonstorm, Edge of Eternities, Ether Drift, Duskmourn? No, Duskmourn Bloomburrow? Something like that? That actually sounds interesting. I don't know what the meta's like. I mean, in some sense, it's like, well, Wizards doesn't design for it, so maybe it won't be very balanced. But we've seen formats that Wizards doesn't design for be very, very fun. Like, pre-modern is not designed for, and it's an absolute blast. Commander was not designed for a long time, and it became the biggest format in Magic. So maybe Wizards designing for it is not a prereq for a format being good. Oh yeah, rotation's the first of the year now, right? Yeah, I think we just kill this. Kill this fear of missing out. Rotation's in January now. When is the next pre-modern video? I don't have one recorded at the moment. There will definitely be more, but I don't have one recorded. The schedules change a little bit with doing the bracket every week. That's just one less Moto video or arena video. But there definitely will be more pre-modern coming because I enjoy that format. I think we just put we probably just put Leonardo into play, right? Get him with the Dream Thefts. Leonardo, pick up a Dream Theft. Hit ya. Down to 11 and see how much damage they can deal this. What would the opposite? Hey, riding that train high on cocaine. Casey Jones, you better watch your speed. Trouble ahead, trouble behind. And I know the notion has just crossed my mind. So pre-modern is, as its name suggests, a format that only includes cards that were printed before the start of the modern format. So it's essentially cards from I want to say Ice Age, but it cuts out the first couple years with Alpha Beta, like the super expensive stuff. I think it's Ice Age up until 8th edition's the first set in Modern. So it's like Ice Age up until Scourge or Torment, I believe is the last set. But it's basically cards from like 1995, 1994 until 2002. So it's basically just cards in that card pool. And opponent experiencing the power of Cool But Rude. Actually, our opponent might... no, it's not exactly our deck, because they're playing Casey Jones. Yeah, I mean, I think Cool But Rude is the card. What's up, TV King? Wait a minute. Were you looking at my hand, King Julian? Hey, good game. Good game. Cool But Rude's pretty busted, isn't it? Card's pretty busted. Yeah, full release is Tuesday. We need a postmodern format. I'm actually kind of mid on the Dead, honestly. I very much have enjoyed going to Dead shows. So I'm not old enough to have seen actual Dead or Jerry Garcia or whatever, but I got to see a lot of like Dead adjacent bands, like Bob Weir's band, and like I forget the names of all of them. Some of them were actually like the Dead, I think. But I like going to Dead shows. I find going to Dead shows very, very fun. As far as just like putting on music to listen to, I almost never put on Grateful Dead, but I do enjoy like some of their songs. I like their live stuff way better than their studio stuff. They're not a band where I really enjoy their studio stuff that much, but I can appreciate just like how good they are at what they do. Like as someone who does music, the Casey Jones, the example, like when you watch them play that live, the way they speed up to, I guess, simulate the train speeding up at the end of the song when they repeat the chorus. If you actually like play music, it's very impressive because that is so hard. Like to get a whole group of musicians to speed up in unison is a very, very difficult thing to do. So I really can appreciate just how good they are at stuff. But yeah, they're more a band that I appreciate their live aspects than their studio stuff. What card lives rent-free in your head? Mother Frogger for the 44th month. Oh, it's so tough. Like, as one person, it's fine, but to get a whole group of people to do that at the same time, it's so tough. They played one time near me to save a farm 50 years ago. Still a big hippie festival there. Wait, where is this at? Fanto said. It's not in upstate New York somewhere, is it? 50 years ago, upstate New York was booming with hippie stuff, Woodstock and so forth. Fish I actively do not like. I mean, oh, that's actually kind of harsh. I don't really like jam music. I don't actually like jam music in general. So I'm not really a Fish fan. I'm actually I'm actually not a fan of many jam bands. Any jam bands. Plus, Ween didn't like Fish, so so I mean, I gotta go with the brown, go with the Boognish. What are we taking here? Yes, I know, Malone. I know. I'm sorry. Oh, this is the same deck. We're gonna take Leo and Dark Shredder. How about that? And pass the turn. Stet Sounds, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. So early access will be going for until tomorrow at noon, I believe, technically. Although the stream will be going for about another hour, because then after the stream, I got to record some stuff for the YouTubes. So we're gonna be going for roughly another hour. I love how your upper tier musical ability either chooses a life of dignified poverty as an orchestra player or embraces violence, boredom, and goes into jam band or metal. I mean, that is basically true. Let's go to combat. I don't really want to pick up, and I think we just get in with the bat. I think our best bet is get in with the bat. Don't put Dark Leo and Shredder into play. Kill the Dark Leo and Shredder. And then play another Deep Cavern Bat to get rid of the... Do they have black mana? They do have black mana. Let's just take the Splinter. So far, Cool But Rude it's the truth. I think it is actually straight up the truth. Like, that card, oh, it's so good. Like, I thought it was good, and now that I've gotten to play with it, it was even better than I expected it to be. Like, I thought it was going to be good, but I thought there was some chance, maybe it's just bad Monument, but after playing with it, oh man, that card's going to be good. So that card's been very good. We're just kind of messing around with the sneak mechanic now. We haven't played enough. Like, it seems good, and some of the cards are good, but we haven't played enough for me to say too much. And then we got to try artifacts too. Is someone familiar with upstate New York regional dialect? Can you confirm once and for all whether or not steamed hams is an Albany expression? I mean, I'm not from Albany. I'm from Schenectady, actually, no. But I'm not from Schenectady either. Closer to Schenectady. But I've never heard anyone actually say steamed hams. I don't think that's actually a true thing. I think they just made it up because it's a good joke. What do we take here? I guess we take one of the turncoats. I don't really want... Man, this is awkward. As good as the bats are, I don't really want to give them back their stuff. Opponent. Pass it. Now let's kill this Dream Beaver. Haha! Out of here, Dream Beaver. Sneak mechanic is, if you've ever played with ninjutsu, it is very, very, very similar to ninjutsu. So basically what sneak does is, if a card has a sneak cost, you can play it for its sneak cost by also bouncing a unblocked attacking creature back to your hand during the declare block step. So what we just did there, we picked up the Deep Cavern Bat. So we get to put this into play. It's going to be tapped and attacking, so we're going to get its combat damage trigger right away because it's already been unblocked. So basically, it's a way to cheat things into play during combat, essentially. It's ninjutsu, but it also works with spells. Death in the family. Oh, wait, is this still... Oh my god. Oh my god. Huh. I mean, we don't even really want to kill that, but I like fizzling that removal spell. Pitch it down to 14. Replay the land. Oh, opponent played it during the Claire blocks step. Oh, garbage plates. Garbage plates are a thing. Salt potatoes. Wait, are garbage plates not a thing everywhere? Wait, is that an upstate New York thing? Wait, all right. If you were not from New York, upstate New York, do you have garbage plates where you're at? Like if you go to a restaurant or a pizzeria, can you get a garbage plate? Do you even know what a garbage plate is? I don't know why I just assumed that was. I don't know why I just assumed that was like a nationwide thing, but maybe that's a regional. That's a New York thing. Interesting. Never heard of it. No, garbage plates are like if you go to if you go to a place that serves, I don't know, burgers or pizza, like that style of restaurant, you can get a garbage plate, which is essentially just all the stuff on one plate. So you'll get like a couple of burgers, maybe a hot dog, maybe some beans, maybe some potatoes, but there's no buns or anything. They just like it's all on one plate, all mashed together, and that's called the garbage plate. Really, that's a Rochester. Interesting. I didn't realize that was just a Rochester thing. Well, let's get in. Go to blocks. Leo and Dark Shredder. Pick up the Momo. Momo's felt very good with Sneak. Momo's felt very, very solid. Oh, this is... yeah, we're still going to get rid of him. Get rid of the 2 flyers. Leo and Dark Shredder. Hit ya. Our poor opponent has not been doing a good job drawing lands. Kill the Canucci. Get back the Deep Cavern Bat. Take the Spectral. I mean, I think we just win with the beatdowns here. I mean, it's probably like a sampler plate. I mean, it's usually relatively cheap. usually it's kind of like you get a whole meal, but it's all on one plate, and it's usually kind of like a special or like a pretty good deal for the amount of food you're getting. I think that's the idea is like, yeah, we cut back on the buns and like having to put it in separate stuff. It's just all on one plate, but you can get a whole bunch of food for not that much money. Kill the Canucci. What is its actual name? Oh, it is Canucci. Is Canucci correct? It's probably close, at least. Close-ish. I think we just abandon Air Temple here. Seems pretty good. Pump him. Konoichi. Konoichi. Kono-i. Oh, that I. Okay. Opponent. Gonna go to 1. We get to make a dork. It is, I find it very, I bet there's a book about this, but I find it very interesting how, like, place influences things. We were talking about it earlier with, like, Detroit pizza started because they cooked it in some car part they used at the car factories, or salt potatoes come from Syracuse because they had all the salt refiners for refining salt because geographically there was a lot of salt in the area. I think stuff like that's actually just, like, really fascinating, and I think it's, like, something we don't think about that much is, like, how place influences other things. I don't know. I'm gonna have to, just something I think about sometimes. I'm gonna have to research that more because I think it's also very interesting in music scenes. Like, it blows my mind that at the same time in the late 60s, you had the Grateful Dead out on the West Coast with all the hippies making this, like, you know, hippie flower child jam music. And then on the East Coast, you had Velvet Underground writing these, like, underbelly of the city kind of, like, songs. Very, very different vibe. Very interesting, at the same place, people doing the same thing, but just because of where you physically are, like, how big of an impact that has on what comes out of it. It is possible that I'm somewhat dyslexic. I've never been tested or diagnosed or anything, but I've also never pursued it in any way, so it might be. All right, so I read it on a pizza box, Cat Cam fan. So take that for for what it's worth. I'm gonna actually Google it. Detroit pizza. So, I'm pretty close. According, well, this is maybe slightly more reliable than a pizza box, but according to the Google AI, Detroit-style pizza was invented in 1946 by Gus Guerrera at Buddy's Rendezvous, who utilized blue steel industrial utility trays borrowed from local auto plants. So I think it might actually be true. But again, I don't know if I trust the AI any more than I trust the pizza box. Now let's play land. This hand seems fine. Land, go. I know that's probably true. Google AI also read the pizza box. That is kind of the problem with AI, right? They might be reading the same bad info that you're reading. Deep cavern, Matt. It's so funny. Speaking of AI, there's been a couple times I've asked AI like a magic related question, and then it quotes me back like an article I wrote a few years ago is the answer, and I'm like, I don't know. I kind of already knew that. I actually kind of wrote that. Like, if your source is just me from 5 years ago, I could have already done that. A problem. That is correct. There's more than one. Let's get in with the Momo. Hit ya. I mean, I've been having fun. I think our decks have worked pretty well. I think there's some powerful new cards. I've been enjoying it. Wait. That's how World War II got started. World War II got started because of people reading bad info on the internet and believing it. Maybe World War III. That probably World War III. Wow, last Ronin technique, picking up the Hired Claw. Is this like a Convoke style deck? Well, let's play the land. Go to combat, and I mean, I guess we ninjutsu the Splinter. Not that it's great, but we get some scries out of it. Land to the bottom. Keep the shoot the sheriff. Splinter ya. Momo ya. Go. How do you think standard is impacted? So my take right now on this set, and we'll see how it goes, but you gotta remember it's a small set. A decent chunk of the cards are more designed for commander than for standard. I'm not sure. I think the impact is going to be somewhat similar to Spider-Man, where I imagine we'll see, if you think about Spider-Man, what cards from Spider-Man actually impact standard? You have Superior Spider-Man, kind of has its own deck, or decks, I guess, with Excruciator, but that card's had an impact on standard. Spider Sense, the like negate with Inweb or whatever. But there's like a handful. I think this set's probably going to be similar. I'm not sure we're going to see, like, Avatar had lessons. Lorman Eclipse has elementals, like a full deck that's basically almost like a block constructed deck. I'm not sure if anything from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is going to rise to that level. Like, is Sneak going to be a thing, which is a whole bunch of cards from the set, or Turtle Tribal? I'm a little skeptical that that's actually... I think we actually just block this. Yeah, I think we just block it, or else we might take a lot of damage. They can full bore, but that doesn't give trample because it wasn't warped. And then plus we can get this back with Leonardo later anyway. Let's just do a plus. Well, they can burst lightning. Yeah, let's do it. We're going to put a counter on the bat. If they want to burst lightning, they can burst lightning. Actually, kind of... So opponent's deck is basically just like mono red that's splashing for last Ronin technique? Huh. Interesting. Well, that's fine. We're going to go to combat. We're going to get in with Splinter. We are going to sneak in Leonardo's technique, get the Momo, get the bat. Leonardo's technique, when you sneak it, feels pretty decent. We will take the Nova Hellkite again. Get our stuff back. Pass the turn, leave up the shoot the sheriff. I mean, maybe there's something with, like, turtles and changelings. I mean, I think there's definitely going to be decks that we build. I was talking more, like, from a competitive perspective. I don't know if we'll see those decks, like, but I think there's definitely a lot of stuff that we're going to build. I think Artifacts might actually be good. Artifacts the next deck we're going to try, because I actually think Artifacts might actually just legitimately be very strong. I think we double block, make them cast the pump spell, and then shoot the sheriff. This is not an outlaw, right? Oh, no. Oh, okay, not. It's got the hat. It's got the cowboy hat, but it's not an outlaw, okay. Shoot the sheriff. Get rid of it. Down to 11. And opponent going to play the Hired Claw, but we got Momo. Opponent pumps the Hired Claw. We'll play the land. Go to combat. Sneak in the Leonardo. Pick up the Momo. Do some scrying. Ooh. Do we want to lose a life? I think we just go bottom. So Leonardo. Hit ya. Replay the Momo. I mean, we'll see. This is going to be close. This is going to be very close. I mean, what is your all's impression of TMNT so far? Now that we've seen a little bit of an interaction, it seems like the mood of the community has been very anti this set. And I can't really blame anyone, because it looks a lot like Spider-Man, especially at first glance. It looks a lot like the Spider-Man. And Spider-Man was kind of like a historic flop, or one of the worst sets ever. We're going to take it. If we die, we die. Is it the cards, or is it just the flavor that makes it so you can't really get into it? Yeah, I kind of landed on fine, too. Let's go attacking. See what our opponent does. Gonna block. I mean, I think this means we die. Abandon Air Temple. So we go up to 7. Opponent goes to 4. But can we survive this attack? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe, if our opponent's got nothing. Hey, Aussie Dave, how are you? Good to see ya. Watching your short today on Artifacts and Enchantments, I do think we need a card type pie, where certain types of cards specialize in certain things, and that gives that card an identity type. I mean, it's kind of funny. I feel like it's something I haven't heard people talk about. This means we're dead, right? 1, 2, yeah. Well, I mean, I guess if they literally have a land... No, they pump the... Yeah, we're dead. Yeah. I feel like that's something that hasn't been talked about as much, but I feel like just like there's color pie breaks, I feel like we've seen card type breaks. And I'm not saying this in a derogatory way. I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing, but I think we've seen a pretty big change in design philosophy where we're seeing more and more artifacts and enchantments that work like instants and sorceries. And I think we've seen artifacts and enchantments in specific become less like, I'm not really sure what an artifact is all the time anymore. When, like, in the early days, artifact kind of meant something. And I guess this has been a long, slow evolution where enchantment used to mean something. Then we got enchantment creatures, and, like, it made it mean a little bit less of what it used to mean originally. And it just keeps changing. So I don't think this is a bad thing, but I think it's something that I just haven't heard people discussing. Like, it hasn't been a big topic of conversation in the way that color pie breaks seem to always be a big topic of conversation. Ooh. I mean, we're going to keep the Splinter. I don't know if we even should keep the Splinter, but we're going to keep the Splinter. Get in, hit you, draw a card. I think there's some things I really like about them moving traditional instant and sorcery effects onto permanents. I think we've seen really cool things come out of that, but there's also things I don't especially like. Like, I think some stuff, unintended consequence-wise, ends up overpowered. Like, I think part of the cost of that design philosophy was, like, the self-bounce deck like the Pixie decks being too good when they have This Town Ain't Big Enough, which in the past, a card like This Town Ain't Big Enough would not be it wouldn't even be a playable card, I don't think, like 10 years ago, because what are you going to be bouncing with it? We just didn't have Hopeless Nightmares and all these cheap permanents to bounce, but then it becomes very good. I think it's interesting, though, because it's something that didn't exist 20 years ago, and now we have whole decks to build around it, so the evolution of Magic's kind of interesting. Yeah, the spicy oatmeal pizza, it is very much Artifact Char. I think we're just, you know what, we're just going to play Splinter. And we're going to go attacking. If you want to trade your Chrome Dome, you can. If not, we're going to draw 2 cards. Wow, opponent's going to let us double trigger. Okay. Orokasaki getting in there. Pass the turd. I think Wizards for standardizing universes beyond my wallet is feeling fatter. How has it influenced your standard play, King? Like, do you not play standard at all now? Do you just skip TMNT sets? I'm curious because I feel like I hear people say this. I even hear Wizards say it, right? Not every set's for everyone. This set's not for you type of stuff. I think Richard and Krim were kind of like brought it up on the podcast. Like, oh, if you don't like this set, then just, you know, don't talk about it. Ignore it. But I feel like that's really hard to do when all the sets are standard legal. I feel like that worked for me when it was Commander precons. Like, it was in secret layer drops. It was pretty easy. Like, if Doctor Who wasn't your jam, to be like, all right, it's a Commander precon, whatever, I can pretend like it doesn't exist. I don't feel like that works with standard legal sets nearly as well, though. Next rotation is not until basically a year from now. I believe next January, or they haven't said the date, but sometime the beginning of next year. So January 2027-ish. And let's go to combat. Attack. I think we just want to hit him, actually. I think just drawing 2 cards is better than ninjutsuing. Then we'll just play stuff post-combat. Deep Cavern Bat. Take the Krang. Play the land. I guess we just play Splinter. Yeah, let's play Splinter. I guess we could have done that pre-combat to pump him, but pass the turn. See, if you're playing casually on Arena, then I think it becomes, yeah, if you're just playing casually and you're not trying to, like, keep up with the meta from week to week, then I think it actually is pretty doable to skip a set. I feel like if you're trying to keep up with the meta, like, you would be at a big disadvantage if you're like, I want to pretend like Spider-Man doesn't exist, and then Superior Spider-Man Reanimator becomes the top deck, like, choosing to not play that or whatever would be very tough, I think, from a competitive perspective. But Dandy Floss. But yeah, if you're playing more casually and not trying to, don't have the pressure to keep up week to week, it's a lot easier. Dandy Floss for the 55th month. Thank you for the kind words. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Big super chat for you. Thank you. The funny thing is, other than like diversity-wise, standard is actually amazingly diverse right now. The tournaments I had over the past weekend, nothing was more than like 10% of the meta. From just a diversity perspective, I feel like this has to be one of, what is this thing? What do we kill? We're at 10? Well, kill the lab ship. Kill the lab ship. Go to combat. Attack. Wait. Okay, hang on. So, these are going to be 2/2s because of Splinter. 6, 7, 8, 9... I mean, I think this means we win. Last Ronin technique? Yes! Last Ronin technique coming through. Not bad. Okay, maybe it'll be February. Okay, they said last I heard them say was the first of the year, 2027. So it could be February. That's still pretty close to the first of the year. They do have shake-up bannings coming, though. We have 2 shake-up ban windows. I'm curious. What do you think about banning Badger Molcub? it seems weird to want bannings when the metagame page shows no deck more than 10% of the meta, 11% of the meta. But I still feel like Badger Molka, man, maybe it would make things worse. I guess my criticism of Standard, and I don't want to be critical because just like this diversity is amazing. Like, this is the dream diversity. If you can actually have a Standard meta where it's this wide open, that's amazing. It's just so fast. It's just so fast. There's so many like kill you turn 3, turn 4 decks, but I guess that's just that's just like what Magic's like these years. Next stream, next Tuesday. Next Tuesday is the next stream, but lots of stuff on the YouTubes in between. You ban Superior Spider-Man over Badger Mole? I mean, the other side is maybe we just have to think of Badger Mole as essentially Llanowar Elves for 2026. Like, it's horrible because it's $60 a copy, which, oh, that's so much. But maybe we just have to think of it as that's what it is, right? Maybe this is just like the man, like every green deck played Llanowar Elves forever. Maybe in 2026 you just gotta like power up the Llanowar Elves, and it looks a lot like Badger Mole Cub. Yeah, I guess we get in. Hit ya. Don't think anything should get banned. Cub did awful at Worlds. That's true. It's kind of up and down. Like, I feel like Badger Mole Cub is beatable if you dedicate your deck to beating it. If you don't dedicate yourself to beating it, it's not as beatable. And I still don't know if we want, like, turn 3 Crater Hoofs in Standard is just... I think I'm still just trying to wrap my head around where Standard is right now and how different it is than what Standard has been traditionally. That's kind of the weird part. Well, I guess I don't even think we sneak this. I think we just get in, hit ya, and then we'll just play Splinter. Play Momo. We could really use a land. One more land would be good. So, Shark Shredder Killer Clone. When it deals combat damage, put a creature from that player's graveyard. So we need our opponent to get something in the graveyard. And then we can Shark Shredder it. Speaking of Worlds, should a take backsies button be added to Arena to emulate the full pro experience? Oh. Yeah, I mean, yeah, for tournaments at least, right? Hey, we were talking about Planner Standard a bit, Redder. Are you a fan of the format or part of the format? Opponent's getting in for 3. I think that idea sounds cool. I'm all for people. If you're not happy with the formats Wizards are making, I am all for making your own format. I think that is one of the most productive things you can do. And we've seen time and time again that if your format is successful enough, Wizards will support it. Like we've seen it with Commander. We've seen Pauper kind of go that direction. Like, if it takes off, like, that is how you get a No Universes Beyond Standard, if that's something that you really want. If you can get enough people to support that, Wizards will do it. They will do it, because Wizards is going to go where the money is. And if they see those dollar signs and they think that they are going to profit by supporting No Universes Beyond Standard that a player created, 100% they will, because it's just all about the money. What about a rules change going from 4 copies down to 3 to slow down the format? I actually don't know if that would slow down the format a ton, but I think that's a very interesting idea. Maybe Momir Pro Tour. Maybe that's something we try for a game. Maybe that would be a fun... I don't know. It probably wouldn't be that good of a video, because what would the title be that would be interesting? But I actually think that 3 ofs instead of 4 ofs might just make Magic more fun, period. Like, even discounting, slowing thing down or anything, like, I think you just see more cards. It would change deck building. If you think about it, like, with a 60 card deck and say 24 lands is probably the average, that means you actually only really play 9 non-land cards in your deck if you play all play sets. 9. Compare that to Commander, where you have whatever 60-ish single one-of cards. Just very, very different. And I think if Wizards wants to make Standard more like Commander, I think one of the ways you could do that would actually maybe be a positive. But I think one of the ways that you could do that would be by making just more cards show up in the format to give it more of that replayability, more of that variance. So I really like the idea of trying 3-ofs. Can't wait to see the comments on the video titled, "We did a Magic threesome." Yeah, that one might have to go on our OnlyFans. Up next, yeah, we started a Patreon. Maybe we'd have to start an OnlyFans for that. Let's get in. Can we win here? So this blocks this. This picks up this. 5, 6, 7. Are we literally actually one short of winning? And then we die on the backswing? I mean, because they have to block here, right? There's no way they don't. What if we stay on defense and they get 2 counters? Me to Goldfish OnlyFans. Send beard pics and foil... and foil pulls. That's so good. How do we... maybe we're just dead. All right, maybe our opponent messes up somehow. They don't know we have Shark Shredder, which I will say Shark Shredder is not impressing me right now. Not impressing me because there's nothing in our opponent's graveyard. So all this is kind of for nothing. And then we definitely die in the backswing. So this hits for 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's one off. One off. Nikapata, the 7-string player. Welcome to the Fish Bowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big Super Jeffrey, thank you. Oh, wait. I forgot about the Leonin Vanguard. It's dead now. Oh, my... Oh! No way. No way we deserve to win that. Wait, how do we win that? Wait. Oh my god. Oh, okay. What happened? I take it all back. I love the shark. Okay, Shark Shredder, best card in the set. So what happened there? Our opponent blocked the double striker. So when the first strike damage was dealt, their creature had already died. Shark Shredder reanimated it. It comes in tapped and attacking, and it gave us the literal last point of damage. The literal last point of damage we needed to win the game. My brain did not know that was going to happen. I thought we were one short. That was not intentional. That just worked out in our favor. Oh, that was spectacular. All right. Well, Sneak doing pretty good. Oh. All right, we gotta switch. So Sneak feels good. We need to switch decks though, because I really want to try artifacts. And I gotta go in like half hour, 40 minutes or so to do the YouTube stuff. So let's switch over and try artifacts. So far, cool but rude, busted. Sneak, actually feels pretty synergistic. Artifacts. Let's try the Waterbend Robots deck, I think. Actually, no, someone wanted to see Krang. Let's do Affinity. See how good Krang is. Excuse me. This one is Krang. All right, let's try Standard Affinity. So this is basically artifact aggro. Try to make a bunch of artifacts. Try to put an improvised arsenal on a flyer. One shot you. Krang to draw a bunch of cards. Memory Garden because he has affinity for artifacts. We have Rust Harvester as our Grim Lavamancer. A little bit of removal. Maybe even too much removal. 6 removal spells. Is that too much? Maybe. Let's try it though. Let's try it. Given how large the format is right now, it might be possible to have a standard Highlander format. Yeah, it's kind of funny. They tried to make standard Brawl like 5 years ago and it flopped pretty hard. I feel like if they made some sort of, like, if they started pushing some sort of standard Brawl format now, with the format being so much bigger, it might have actually went over way better. I think I might have just got the timing wrong. Because, like, Commander's really popular. There's infinite cards in standard. Has anyone noticed, like, what about a Razorkin in... Ooh. What about Razorkin to go in mono red discard? Ralph's deck sounds good with it. Interesting. I could see trying that. The only downside, and I hate it. I hate the design so much. The only downside is Raphael's technique is optional for each opponent. So our opponent can't, if they're gonna take too much damage, they can't just be like, we're not gonna discard and draw. Which, I mean, I guess then they're not drawing any cards and we're drawing 7, so it's still a win. But they can kind of play around it to some extent. I feel like those effects, the same with Turtles in Time, like, the fact that it gives the opponent the option just kills the card for me. Bounce all creatures, each opponent may shuffle their hand, or each player may shuffle their hand and graveyard in their library. It just, like, it takes away so many shenanigans, and I get why they're doing it. I think it's an attempt to solve, like, Narsets and Notion Thieves and Hull Breachers, like, the cards that punish you for wheeling, or for getting wheeled. But I wish they did it in the opposite direction. I feel like you can just change the text on the Notion Thieves, not change every wheel in existence. I'm going to make my first standard deck with Moonshadow and Super Shredder, but I don't know where to start any tips. Ooh. Well, I do have some tips. Actually, no, they might play a Badger Mole. Let's just wait. So that you can have your Gene Pollinator. So there's actually a couple of deck lists in the article. I do have a Badger Mole Cub. I mean, this kind of works because we can torch the Badger Mole Cub. And then we can bounce the land, potentially. If they have 2 Badger Mole Cubs, then we die. But there's a couple of Shredder Moonshadow decks in the deck sheet here. The Clusac deck is one of them. The Monument deck doesn't have Shredder, but is along those lines. And there's one other sack deck in here somewhere. But that were my takes on trying to build that archetype. So if you're looking for a starting point, they're untested. We haven't got to play them yet, but a Super Shredder Shack. So this is kind of where I'd start. Is you need Super Shredder, you need Moonshadow, you need things to sacrifice. Then you need things that can sacrifice. So you have like Infestation Sage to sacrifice, Umbra Collar Zealot can sacrifice. You can win the game with Vengeful Blood Witches and Sephiroth. So something like that's where I would start with that. Oh, Mutagen Man, eh? Let's play the land. This is like the slowest hand in history. We're gonna play Ravenous Robots. Super Shredder is getting a lot of hype for being like an actual modern card even. I think it's gonna be one of the most expensive cards from the set. When I say Kubarud is the best card for standard, I think that Super Shredder is actually in the same, very close to being in the same tier. Remember when you helped with my Absent token list back in Crimson Vow Standard? Oh, I do remember that, Mega Magikarp. Any chance I get a similar look in a Glorious Protector deck? I'm sure it'd be a while, but I'd be chill. Yeah, for sure, Mega Magikarp. Send me the deck list, or that you're working with somewhere, and it might be a little bit, but I'll get back to you at some point. I mean, if you want my advice, Spartan, it is almost always correct to just buy singles from a Magic collection perspective. Man, this hand's not doing anything. This is about as sad as a hand can possibly be. I mean, I think we're just dead. See, when I say you gotta ban Badger Mole Cub, did you see Spike's video where he touched on a Rat King and Super Shredder in a Moonshadow deck? I didn't. Do you sign cards? If so, how do I get them to you? So yes, I do sign cards. if you're ever going to an event like MagicCon Vegas, just come up and be like, hey, will you sign this for me? And I'll be like, sure, good to meet you. So yeah, this hand, maybe we should have mulliganed this hand, honestly. Was hoping to draw some artifacts to go with the Ravenous robots and then start chaining together Krangs. I think it's also slow in the context of our opponent drew double Badger Mole Cub on the play. Like, pretty much anything slow compared to that. But yeah, this was not our fastest hand. But if an event isn't an option, you can mail them to me with a way to ship them back to you, like a self-addressed stamped envelope, and I can sign them and then send them back. But yeah, send me a message on here, or send me email, saffronolive@mtggoldfish.com, and we can figure something out. Well, that's Memory Guardian. I imagine we just die next turn, though. Like, this is probably hoof time, right? They have a million Badger Mole Cubs. They got all the manas. They got Mutagen Men for days. Opponent's going to untap their forest, retap their forest. Ah, Badger Mole. Freaking Badger Mole. I think they should ban Badger Mole, personally. But then I also kind of feel like it probably doesn't matter. It's probably just it probably just is a matter of, like, getting used to standard being what it is, I guess. As far as just, like, power level and speed. Opponent, Mutagen Man. I mean, I think our opponent's deck is very similar to a standard deck, but they do have Mutagen Man in there as a new card. So they got a new card in there. Although I kind of wish you just had the mercy of just playing a hoof and killing us. Like, I think Mutagen Man's cool and it has potential. Although, if you're just gonna play the straight up Badger Mole Cub deck, I can't imagine a world where it's actually better to tutor up a Mutagen Man than tutor up a hoof and just literally win the game. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think standard's so diverse. I don't think there's anything super high in the chopping block. I feel like the overall speed of the format is a bit of a, but I don't know. Maybe that's just what 3-year standard is, and that the issue is we need to go back to 2-year standard. Like, I think maybe the issues I have of it's just like so fast and so powerful. Maybe that's just how 3-year standard will always be. Badger Mole Cub, no Badger Mole Cub. So I still feel like that's like, if there's one change I would want to see, it would actually don't ban anything, just like do rotation more often. But yeah, I don't know. I'm actually not really expecting, with how the meta looks right now, I'm not really expecting any bannings. I still think Badger Mole Cub will end up being banned eventually. It's hard for me to imagine it doesn't get banned eventually, but I would be surprised if it got banned this go around. Mano VHS, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super chat for you. Thank you. Wait, will you play some modern? I think that's one of the other upsides of Richard and I talking about doing more paper magic stuff, is I think that'll be a good place to do some more modern stuff. But yeah, there will be some modern on occasion. I just don't play modern as much as I used to. Like, I don't know, it doesn't appeal to me as much as it used to a few years ago. I still play it on occasion, and we'll still have videos on occasion, but I think my peak modern era might be over. I would try Planner Standard. The challenge I always have with stuff like Planner Standard is just like, where / how do I actually play it? Like, I hope it would be cool if it got to the point where they had like a queue or something, even as like a midweek Magic event or like a contraption event on Magic online, because then it would make it way easier to actually try it. Let's play Ravenous Robots. Go to combat, get in, hit you. Opponent, bitter triumph, discarding a land. All right, well, hit you down to 19. Planner Standard is a fan-made format that I just heard about basically today, in the last couple of days. So opponent's playing what? Golgari Control, apparently? Well, play a land, pass the turn. Opponent's definitely playing all the removal possible. I think Badger Mole is a Fable tier card in terms of ban ability. Probably tuned to get banned next BNR. Yeah, it's, I don't know how it survives long term. Seems kind of unlikely. Man, we were so bad at drawing artifacts with this deck somehow. Found it. Obsessive Pursuit makes a clue. And gonna play a swamp. Gonna crack a clue. Sure. And gonna crack even more clues. Sure. Opponent's gonna pass. Well, this is the worst Fomori Vault of all time, but we're gonna discard a Torch the Tower to get a Torch the Tower. Okay, okay. Well, play the land, play the Harrier, pass the turn. I mean, next turn we can try to Krang. Beseech the Mirror. All right, what is our opponent tutoring up here? What is their deck trying to do? I mean, that is scary. Yeah, I've just found I'm a lot less likely to play a format. Oh, that's what they're trying to do. I found I'm a lot less likely to play a format if I have to like go to a Discord and find someone to play a match with me. It just decreases my odds. Like, the ease of just being able to fire something up and play on Arena or whatever is, it's so convenient. So it's been, I hope it gets to that point. I guess we just take Springleaf here. Another free artifact. Opponent passes, so play the Harrier. I mean, this is going to be a good Krang. Play the Springleaf Drum. Springleaf Drum. Play the Krang. I mean, Krang is supposed to come down way faster than this, but it's still kind of doing... Ooh. Ooh, okay. Memory Guardian. Tap the Krang. Okay, now this is starting to feel a little bit like Affinity. Memory Guardian. Get in, hit ya. And I'm not sure that Phoenix Fleet airship's going to be fast enough. Opponent down to 13. We have the golf clubs in hand. The improvised arsenal. We're gonna put him. We're gonna put him to death. This set. This set. I take it you're not a golfer. Pre-modern on Arena, I mean, modern on Arena might be the first step. What? Michelangelo BFF. Okay, well, I mean, I think we're going to make you die here. We're going to play an improvised arsenal. And, wait, we can make a token that's a copy of it? We can. Oh, that's insane. And then we can equip it to the Memory Guardian. And then equip it. Wow. Okay, Improvised Arsenal seems like it can be very powerful too. I mean, those are some big old Memory Guardians. Mole the Guitarist for the 57 month. Welcome to the Vage Bowl. Thank you. That felt pretty good. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Okay, artifacts. That was not, didn't even feel like a very good hand. I wonder, do you think we need Krang and Spirit Water Revival? Like, what if we try to build something like 8-cast? There's also, wait, is there the literal affinity thing in Standard still? Like the, 6 or 7 mana, draw 3, gain 3, but it has affinity? Does that exist? Or did that rotate? I feel like that might still exist. It does. Voyage home from not Edge of Eternity, surprisingly. From Ether Drift. Huh. So you could try to build something that was almost like 8 cast. All right, let's see. We got a Pinnacle Emissary. We got the Krang. Found it. Forest and oh no. Oh no. Here comes the Badger Moles. Well, play the land past the turn. Next turn we can do a cute little Pinnacle Emissary turn. Found it. Land. And how about no Badger Mole? Summon Fen. Okay, not a Badger Mole. I can respect that. That is a Summon Fenrir. A fair Summon Fenrir. Ooh, Ravenous Robots. Ooh. Oh. All right, let's just play it. Let's just play it. Next turn, if this lives, found it. Takes up the Summon Fenrir. Gonna play a Fabled Passage. Cracks it. Did you see the internal discussion from Wizards about the legendary creature problem? I don't believe so. I'll have to look at it in a minute. Let me finish this game and I'll look. Oh wow, are we gonna get a chance? What is our opponent doing? Sagu Wilding. Gets a mountain. Gets in, sure. Okay. Oh my god, that's double. Oh my goodness. Okay, check this turn out. So we get to warp a Pinnacle Emissary. Make a robot. Play a River Pile Verge. Warp a Pinnacle Emissary. Make a robot and a drone. Springleaf Drum. Robot Drone. Tap one of the Pinnacle Emissaries. Soul Guide Lantern. Robot Drone. And that feels a lot like a real Affinity deck. That actually feels like kind of like a modern Affinity style deck. Get in, hit ya. And now we got Krang for next turn to be able to refuel. And 10 creatures in play. Okay, that was actually pretty good. Actually pretty good. It's kind of random mean Mingu magic. Shooting for roughly like once a set, so every couple of months it's been. So it's gonna be a few weeks to the next one, but another one will be coming up before super long. Man, this deck actually doesn't seem that bad either at the moment. Like that was all with three lands in play. With 3 lands in play, on turn 3, we ended up with this. Found it. Line of War. Opponent. Passing. Oh, that's a card. Well, okay. Land untapped. Wow, that's insane draw. Improvised Arsenal. Make a robot. Krang. Draw a new hand. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And then tap the Krang. Equip this to a flyer. And actually, maybe we just attack with all of it. What's the worst you're going to do? Yeah, we're getting in with everything. Here we come. And opponent, GG's. Well, Leyline X could be worth considering. I wonder if it's worth it. So my concern with Leyline X would be this. We really want our artifacts to come down after our robot and our Pinnacle Emissary. So I'm not sure if starting with a free, because our only actual true affinity card is Krang. So I'm not sure if a free artifact on the battlefield is actually super valuable compared to an artifact that we can play post Ravenous Robots or Pinnacle Emissary to make tokens. So I think it's worth testing, but that's kind of my concern with it, is I'm not sure that it triggers enough of our stuff, even though I think it is pretty powerful. Double Strike with Improvised Arsenal is going to kill people. What is it, 3 to equip? I think it's 3. I will double check. Leyline Axe, 3 to equip. So it'd be 4 to equip Arsenal and then 3. So 4 total for Arsenal and Axe. I mean, I'm probably going to kill people. Hey, good game, Switch. Oh, it was a random encounter. Okay, I was curious. I was curious what you were doing. I should have known because I love random encounter. Yeah, 3 to equip. You do get to start with it in play because it works like a ley line, so that part's nice. But yeah, equipping for 3 is kind of a lot. Opponent Spire Bluff, and but yeah, it will make people die. Ha! All right, we have a Torch the Tower for that. Opponent also doing artifact things. Well, get rid of that Ravenous Robots, and then boy, we drew all 4 Memory Guardians. We really kind of need this Ravenous Robots to not die, or else we might not cast a spell this game. Opponent Spire Bluff. Okay, Pinnacle Emissary, sure. Well, Springleaf Drum. And Memory Guardian. Okay, well, we cast a spell this game at least. Pass the turn. Munaz! Welcome to the Fish Bowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Legion Extruder. Big super for you. Thank you. Thank ya. Alright, opponent takes down the Ravenous Robots. Plays a Chrome Dome. Well, we will Spire Bluff. Play a Memory Guardian. Get in with a Memory Guardian. Wow, they're going to double block. All right, opponent blocks and blocks. And we will play another Memory Guardian. Improvised Arsenal. All right, go ahead. These flyers from the Pinnacle Emissary are going to be annoying. Just because they can block all of our stuff. Ooh, opponent has the Krang. All right, we could use one of those. Opponent. Krangs draws a bunch. And going to give up their Pinnacle Emissary. Interesting. Interesting. Well, all right. Ravenous Robots. And a Memory Guardian. And we might as well equip it up and get in there. Our opponent can block. Them drawing 4 is very bad for us, but I mean, that is an 11-4. All right. Opponent stays at 18. I don't know. I feel like seeing our deck and seeing our opponent's deck, I feel like Affinity or some sort of artifact deck, it might have a shot. It might have a shot to be pretty... Man, opponent's deck looks very similar to ours. Another Springleaf Drum. I don't think they're playing the Memory Guardians, doesn't look like. Well, go to combat. Opponent's out of flyers, right? Get in with the Memory Guardians. Whew. Opponent takes it to 5. Okay, pass the turn. I mean, you can make it 3-3. That's fine. Opponent gonna sack. But without... They should not have... giving up that Pinnacle Emissary is gonna do our opponent in. Like... Without the flyers from the Pinnacle Emissary, the Golf Club's going to get him. The Golf Club's going to get him. Are you only trying TMNT decks, or would you try some with only, like, 1 card from TMNT in it? I mean, it depends on the card. But, like, earlier we were playing Rakdos Monument with Cool But Rude. And I think Cool But Rude was, like, the only TMNT card in the deck. And I think that was fine. But, like, Cool But Rude was, the main card from the deck. So something like that I would. Sure. So something like that I definitely would. If it's like, oh, you're playing, whatever, Sultai Reanimator, but you added a Duress to your sideboard or something, or you changed the counter spell to the one they printed in the new set, like, then I wouldn't be as interested. So it kind of depends on the card, but yeah, there's not a rule that it has to be like 1,000,000 cards from the new set or something. Ooh, what's your list look like, Kale? All right, opponent. Wait, what did they... They created a copy of what? How'd they draw 4? Oh, is this a new Krang? That's not a new Krang. What did I miss when I was looking at chat? Oh, Cool But Rude was actually even better than I expected. Like, I expected it to be really good, And I think it overperformed what I expected. But if they... Oh, I see. They copy Kranged Legend Rule just to draw 4. I see. I see. I feel like in the end, none of this actually is going to matter, because we are just going to equip up another improvised arsenal. Go to combat, attack, and get him with the golf clubs. Get him with the golf clubs. Hey, what's up? Is the whole what's up, GT? Is the whole crew streaming? I know I think Krim will be streaming at some point, because it usually does. I'm not sure if anyone else from the crew is going to be streaming today, but yeah, I think Krim should be once he wakes up. I don't know if he is yet. Krim lives in the Krim schedule. Magic Pistolman. I don't know if it worked. I still might pronounce it wrong. What's up, Magic Pistol Man? How are you? I mean, that golf club card actually is very similar to cranioplating. Hopefully they're playing a reanimator deck. All right, we probably get in one or two more matches. Then I'm gonna have to then we're gonna have to call it for the stream to do some YouTube recording. Oh, but it plays Meyer Verge. Moon Shadow, eh? All right, we can beat a Moon Shadow. We can kill a Moon Shadow. No, Krim just lives on a very late schedule. Krim's still living on the... Oh, that's Cool But Rude. Okay, now I'm actually scared, because Cool But Rude is super busted. Let's play a Rust Harvester. Play a Springleaf Drum. Pass the turn. Krim just lives on this, like, middle-of-the-night style schedule where his normal sleep schedule is, like, sleeping till noon and then staying up and doing stuff through the night. That's just the Krim life. We don't have any real payoff, unfortunately. Well, I think what we do, we play the Soul Guide Lantern. We play another Rust Harvester. Play another Soul Guide Lantern. And pass the... Actually, let's get in with the Rust Harvester. If they want to trade, that's fine. Down to 16. Pass the turn. Yeah, Krim streams pretty consistently. Just, like... I think he usually streams, like, through the night my time. Like, I don't know exactly what time he goes live, but I feel like he goes live at, like, 11 p.m. my time and streams to, like, the early morning hours my time. Because usually Krim is going to bed as I'm waking up. That is the traditional Krim schedule, is we sometimes pass each other with him, like, going to bed at 6 a.m. when I'm just starting to wake up at 6 a.m. I might go to Atlanta. If I get approved for a badge and whatnot, I'll probably go. I don't mind. Atlanta's one I actually wouldn't mind going to, because I've never been to Atlanta before, and I have direct flights from where I'm at. That's the biggest determining factor for me is, can I get a direct flight there, or do I have to spend a whole day of traveling? And if I can get a direct flight, I'm much more likely to do it. And I'm pretty sure Atlanta is one of the cities that I get direct flights for. Atlanta's much later in the year, I believe. So we can play Memory Guardian. Oh, do we have to play the Arsenal? We could just Krang, but then we have to discard the Arsenal. Let's do this. Let's shoot down a Moon Shadow. Grow the other Moon Shadow. Hit you with the Harvester. Down to 15. Have you been stopped at TSA for Magic? I haven't, but I do this, but apparently you're not supposed to do. But I always just put all my cards in my actual check bag rather than like carrying them in my backpack. So I've just completely cut out the hassles, but I guess the risk of that is if they lose your bags, then you're out of luck. But that has been my technique, is just to avoid the whole TSA thing by just putting them in my check bag. And so far it's worked out, but man, if they ever actually do lose my bag, I'd be very, very sad. Here's the full art. Oh yeah, okay. I got you. I got you, Joe. We will read that before the stream ends because I'm curious what it says. I still haven't read it. It seems like it just came out. Opponent getting in hitting. Are we dead? Yeah, Koba Root's so good. Koba Root is so good. It literally just wins games. I mean, I guess they have 2 of them now. This doesn't even seem like a great Koba Root draw. They don't have that many ways to discard. Oh wait a minute. Are we not dead? Are we at 1? Are we at 1? Huh. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's not enough. That is not enough. I'm wondering if we have to crack the soul guide. I guess we do, because improvised arsenal's not enough on its own. Crack the soul guide lantern. Steam vents, eh? And a Krang. Yeah, we're gonna be just short. Tap land arsenal. We just never drew the robot or the pinnacle emissary to make a bunch of tokens. That was what we were missing. Like, we still put up a pretty good fight where even with that, with our opponent having double cool but rude and a pretty good start, we were still pretty close considering we didn't hit any of our biggest payoffs. Yeah. I think artifacts, we're going to see more artifacts. So they have a few different ways I think you can build them. So I would say what we learned today, and then we're going to read this legendary creature thing real quick because I'm curious what it says. So what we learned today, cool but rude, broken. Sneak actually felt pretty solid, and I think artifacts, the deck we got to explore the least probably, but I feel like artifacts, it's going to take some work, because I don't know, do you want Spirit Water Revival? Do you not want Spirit Water Revival? Do you care about robots? Do you not care about robots? How many Krangs do you play? There's a bunch of like brewing that needs to go into it, but I think that the robot plus Pinnacle Emissary thing, there's gotta be potential there, so I think we actually have like several new decks, and we didn't even really play like the super against the odds, like Mill Soul Sister type stuff, or the Clue Infinite Clue Sack combo deck. So there's some sweet against the odds potential too. So I don't know, the set, it seems to play pretty well. We'll see. It's early access day. I still think it's probably going to be relatively low impact on standard, like not to the Avatar Final Fantasy level at least. I think it's probably going to be probably above Spider-Man, but maybe not a ton above Spider-Man. But let's see what this legendary thing says. The legendary super type is really complete. 3 completely separate things that have coalesced into a single turn across Magic's history without intentional planning. You can have more than one copy of a legendary creature on the battlefield. If a card includes the name of a specific character, it has to be legendary. A legendary creature can be a commander and lead a commander deck. Okay, so I think that's true. I don't think that was an intentional choice. Commander came later. The specific character thing came partway into Magic's life. Mark Roser and I have argued for some kind of an adjustment to be made, but removing the legendary status of some characters who aren't the focus of their universe and using as many generic creature concepts as possible was the way that the majority of R&D wanted to handle the issue, and they have good points too. We can make legendary creatures, even at common, slightly more powerful than normal, because you can't usually have multiple copies of them in play. The existing system works very well for Magic Multiverse sets with their lower legendary count. The existing system is familiar and functional, and the cost of re-educating everyone if we change or add is pretty high. For the record, both Mark and I are in favor of removing the second rule. For the love of God, why not? So we put a common Leonardo in the set and I have him be legendary. Please! Why? Who is fighting against that? Aaron and Mark Rosewater, pull rank. You were at the top of the food chain. You were at pull rank on this one. Please. We do not need some random common. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because if you're trying to solve number 3, right? Of like a legend can be a commander, no one's going to play the common ones as their commander anyway. They're going to play the one from the precon. They're going to play the mythic one. No one's building around common Leonardo that you felt like you had to make a legend. So I hope they win that battle, because I think that would be so much better. It's funny because I think Mark originally argued for 1, where Mark Rosewater's original take was essentially just get rid of the meaning of the legend rule, right? Like, you can have multiple legends on the battlefield. It'll just like symbolize that the thing is important and it can be your commander. But anyway, for the record, we're both in favor of removing the second rule. As commons generally make exciting commanders anyway, exactly. Or creating a new term or symbol that means I'm a specific character, can lead a commander deck that doesn't trigger the legend rule. Our quest continues, but for now we'll continue to evaluate characters based on their recognizability and remove legendary from where there are any kind of plausible, they're not the only one status that justifies us changing their name. I mean, I hope. I don't know, what do you all think of this? I feel like this would be a positive change. I feel like this. So I think what the rule number 2 is basically saying is like, if you're gonna print a whatever, Leonardo was the example they used, but a Thalia card in Magic, it needs to be legendary because it's Thalia, and Thalia is a specific person. There's only one of her that exists, one of them that exists, whatever. So I think that's what they're going for. I don't know. I think the legend rule is mostly just downside at this point. outside of letting you know you can play as your commander, I really don't think that we've noticed some huge boost of power for legends. I don't think legends are meaningfully more powerful, especially in 60 card formats. I think they're often less powerful. Interesting. I don't know. I hope they figure something out, because I personally find it annoying when there's like a whole bunch of common legends running around. I would argue that diminishes the entire concept of legends. Like, there used to be a handful of legends each set, and they kind of felt like special and iconic and important. But when you have a bunch of random commons every other set that are legends, how that diminishes the ones that actually do matter, in my opinion. So I feel like hey, if you can stick 4 Shieldreds, you deserve to win. Like, if you can get 4 copies of I guess like Ragavad might be a one that I could see, like, okay, that would be annoying. But really, I think the number of cases where that would be a problem would be pretty low. Like, I don't think there's really, in the grand scheme of the amount of legends that exist, I don't think there's really a ton that would be super problematic in multiples. And if they were, you could either use the new word thing to like denote that you only have one on the battlefield, or a new mechanic, or just ban them if you had to. But anyway, everyone, I think that brings us to the end of our stream for today. So I gotta say, TMNT was actually super fun. Actually super surprisingly fun. And I think we're gonna have some sweet decks coming out of this, but I gotta run and record some YouTube content, because got some more TMNT stuff to play. But reminders on the way out the door, everyone. Replay YouTube, as you can find all the old streams. Normal YouTube, check out the bracket and everything else going out on there. One more shout out to our sponsor, Card Kingdom. If you need some magical cards, get them at cardkingdom.com/FTTGoldfish. Most importantly, thank you to all of you. I love you all. You were amazing. Thanks for hanging out. Enjoy the rest of Early Access Day. Have an amazing day, and I will talk to you soon.